Welcome to Supercar Street Racing. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. And welcome back if you've been here before. Today on the channel, we're taking a look at the Nylon wireless lavalier microphone for the Apple. This does have a lightning connector on the back, so it is only for Apple products. And I don't actually own an Apple product that I can plug this into. So today we're just going to be taking a look at the unboxing and giving you guys a low-cost alternative to an expensive mic like this DJI right here on my hat. All right, taking a look inside the box for the Nylon wireless lavalier microphone, and we'll cut away to some pictures of this. It does come with an instruction manual. There's the instruction manual there. Also, it comes with a little charging cable, probably about 3 inches long. So it's just a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. You can use anything to charge it. You can use a computer or a little USB adapter to charge a phone. It comes with the microphone itself, which clips on your lavalier or your collar. And then it comes with the receiver that goes directly into the phone. And that is everything that's included with the microphone. So now that you've taken a look at the actual product inside of the box, let's take a look at how you use this. So basically, this is the microphone portion of the device. And you can see on the side right here, it does have a USB Type-C port. And what you do to charge that thing is just take your USB-C cable and plug it into any device that has a USB outlet that normally powers a USB device. You can use your computer, you can use your little USB adapter for your phone, or pretty much anything to charge this. And when you do plug it in, you will see a red light come on to indicate that it is charging. Then you take this lightning adapter here and you place it in the back of your iPhone or your tablet, and then you're ready to start recording immediately. So this microphone that I have right here on the hat is the DJI mic, and if you're wondering why it's up on the bill of the hat, it's because sometimes when I put it here on my collar, it is a little bit muffled and I don't have a pocket or a lapel here to put it on, so I just put it right here on the top of my hat. I know it looks weird sometimes, but I saw somebody else online do it and I thought it was kind of a cool idea just because of the muffled sometimes. Welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. We are here in the beautiful 4K production studio once again to be with you guys to talk to you a little bit about this wireless microphone from Nylon. But first, I just want to encourage you guys to please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much. And please click through any of our affiliate links down below to buy anything you want on Amazon, as we get a small commission from it. And it helps me buy equipment for the channel. We do need a camera. Think about me when you click through the links and do us a big old favor. Now, today we have the I don't know if I'm even saying it right, but it's the Nylon microphone. Now, this is only for the iPhone, which is why we don't have an audio sample from it, because it is only for the iPhone. And I do not have an iPhone to test this with. Now, you can see right here on the screen, it does have the lightning connector there. And taking a look through some of the pictures here, we can see that it is a 65 milliamp hour battery inside of it. It says that it'll work for 6 to 8 hours, and it says that it will fully charge the battery in 1 hour. Now, I can also vouch for that because I did charge the battery with a USB Type-C from my phone, and it did take around an hour to fully charge. Now, when it does charge, there will be a little red light on the front of it letting you know that it is charging. Now, in our next picture here, you can see that all you have to do is just plug and play. And down here it says that the microphone and receiver cannot be used while calling. So you can't make a call and use this microphone to do that. It does record on to the actual recording. And you can see right here, right now, the 3 steps. Plug it in, power on, connection succeeded. And now, this is hilarious, exquisite fixed clip. Yes, it is a built-in windproof. It has built-in windproof, it says. All round recording, so meaning it can record pretty much anything. Full and rich sound. It holds to your collar firmly. It is fixed but not rigid, and it has a flexible position on it. Now here is some more details about it. It says that it has high sound quality, a highly sensitive microphone, and a newer smart chip with noise reduction. Now let's be honest here, 100% honest. You have to base this on the price of the microphone. You cannot for a second think that this microphone is going to sound like the DJI mic. This is an $11 microphone. The DJI is around $300 if I remember correctly. So you're going to get exactly what you pay for in this case, and I'm sure you know that. Now this thing has 14 reviews and they are all 5-star reviews, so that says something about it. But down here it does say that it's a new upgraded microphone, unrivaled audio quality, automatic noise reduction, built-in windshield. I think it's supposed to mean windscreen or not a windshield, that's on a car. Wireless freedom, so I mean you're totally free with this, right? I mean you're free anyway with your phone, but this gives you a wireless mic to walk away from your phone with. Versatile for a wide range of applications, but hey, I mean I'm using it for recording audio. I'm going to be using it. Now looking at the reviews here, all 5-star reviews. Great little mic. I think they meant mic. It says mix for just over $10. Nice and easy to set up and use. Great value for the price, and they did put a picture of it in there. Worked within a second, simple to set up, literally plug and play, which is definitely what it should be. Awesome fast shipping and great quality. Microphone is amazing, works well. More pictures here on this one. This guy says excellent, and it's in Espanol, I think. And so if we go back here, there are some other ones we can compare this to. There are several down here, and they range for anywhere from $9 all the way up to $90 for deals on related products. Now, if you would like to see a high quality version, there are some medium quality here that may be worth looking into. But if you would like to see a higher quality version, let's take a look at the DJI mic. DJI mic. And this is the DJI wireless mic kit. So this is one of the highest quality kits you can buy, and you can see it does have 2,187 reviews. It has a 4.7 star review, and this is what you are going to see most of your vloggers and most of your YouTube people using, most of your professionals who use wireless mics are going to be using the DJI mic. It does come with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. You can use it with the small 3.5 millimeter jack, and you can also use it with the USB directly on the phone. You can see right here it has a storage case with it that plugs directly into USB Type-C to charge it. It has a 820 foot range. It has a 15-hour battery, and here's what comes with it. You get the windscreen, the charging cable, a nice little bag to carry it with, a little TRS mic cable, your transmitter receivers, your USB and lightning adapters, and your clips. And it does have a nice LCD display on the front of it, which is very cool and which I use a lot. So yeah, this is a high quality version of what we were just showing you for $11. So obviously it is going to be a much higher quality product when you go from $10 to $329 is what that one is going for. Now back to the one we were just checking out. There are no videos for this yet, so I was going to play a video for you and thinking maybe they might have someone that has a video review, but there is not one. So at some point we will take and get an iPhone and we will make a better review for you guys, but as of right now, this is all we have on this because we can't actually plug it in and listen to the sound quality. Buyer beware, it is an $11.48 microphone, so you know what you're getting for $11.48. Now let's talk a little bit about the channel again. Supercar Street Racing is a channel. We do video reviews, we do house stuff, we do power sports, golf cart, mini bike, Tesla, everything. And we so much appreciate you coming to the channel and supporting us. And please, once again, like and subscribe and click through our product links. Even if you're not buying this microphone, I'll have a link to it in the description. But even if you're not buying this, go ahead and click through that link and purchase anything on Amazon, and we will get a credit and we will get a small amount of money to put back into the channel, because as you guys know, we do lose money on the channel. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time with some more content on Supercar Street Racing. See you guys later. Opened up this egg carton today from BJ's. Totally gypped. Missing one egg right out of the freaking packaging. Got gypped. Egg gypped. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SCSR Compound Garage. And today we have a new sponsor for the channel. You can see sitting right here on top of the Model S Plaid, another tiny Model S Plaid. And then right next to it, our new sponsor, Chemical Guys. And Chemical Guys was so kind, they sent us this leather conditioner and this leather cleaner to show you guys. We're gonna show you how to use this today, right here on the 2023 Tesla Model S Plaid and right behind you on the 2014 Club Car Precedent. There's specific directions for using this stuff, and we're gonna show you that today. So hang out with us on Supercar Street Racing while we detail the inside of the Model S Plaid and the golf cart. Welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, guys. You can see we're out here in the garage with our Chemical Guys leather conditioner and leather cleaner. They were super nice and they sent us this to show you guys. They're trying to get the word out about their great products. So today we're going to give you guys a look at these two products right here in the SCSR garage. Now there's a certain way you need to apply these. There's a certain order and a certain way you have to do it. So we're going to show you today the correct way to do it, because we're actually going to detail the inside of the Model S Plaid. Now we try to keep this Model S Plaid really clean. It only has about 2,000 miles on it, and so we drive it on the weekends only and we keep it detailed and nice here. But today we're going to take it one step further. We're going to use the Chemical Guys leather conditioner on the seats. It does not need to be clean, but it does need to be leather conditioned every few weeks. So we're going to go ahead and show you that right now. We are coming to you live now from inside the Tesla, and we have the Chemical Guys leather conditioner right here with us to show you guys. And we want to show you how to actually use this as well while we have time. So the instructions do say take the leather conditioner and grab a nice soft towel, and then just take and put a couple of stripes, 2 or 3 stripes, directly onto the towel like this. Okay. Now we do have a couple of stripes right on the towel here to go ahead and start working with. And all you have to do is work it into the seats. And when you're done, you can actually buff it off and dry it. And then you can do a second application if you really feel like it. So yeah, you just take your towel and you put about 2 or 3 stripes of this stuff right on the towel, and then you work it into the surface. We're gonna go ahead and start with this Model S door panel right here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this down a little bit because I did put quite a bit on it. So I'm just gonna knock it into both sides here so it's not so thick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to put it directly on the door panel right there. See it going on with a nice finish there. I'm going to go ahead and get all over the door panel with this stuff, and you can already see that it's drying. Don't forget to get into the cracks everywhere that you would normally touch to keep it clean, and the sides too. Now if you'd like to, you can go ahead and wipe that off as well. You can buff that right off just like that, and that door panel is completely done. All right guys, here is the front of the Model S, and we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more of the Chemical Guys leather conditioner on my rag here. I'm gonna turn it over first. And this time I'm not gonna put quite as much on it. I'm just gonna put a couple little stripes here. should be good enough. And now let's go ahead and apply it to our seats, but let's put the seat forward a little bit so you guys can see it better. And we'll go ahead and start, get it worked into the towel a little bit, and go ahead and start conditioning the seats on the plaid. Actually go up a little bit more here. And flip it over and do the bottoms. I'm going to take my dry cloth now and go ahead and buff the whole seat out. And the front seat is done. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to do some protectant now on other parts of the front here. Yes, let's go ahead and get the protectant. All right, I am using standard protectant on the rest of the stuff here on the plaid, the stuff that is not material. This is not chemical, guys. It was not sponsored. So this is just my stuff. I'm gonna hop in and finish the rest of that part that I can't see, but I am gonna do the dash with the chemical guys. All right, we're on the other side of the Model S. We're gonna go ahead and put some leather conditioner on our rag and do this other seat for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and wipe it into the rag so it doesn't splotch a lot. Move the seat forward a little bit and go ahead and apply. And I'm going to go ahead and rub that into the dash. And now I am going to get this underneath of the dash here. Now you guys just saw me clean the whole inside of this Tesla Model S Plaid with the Chemical Guys leather conditioner, but we got to take this one step further because we need to show you guys how to use the leather cleaner. So what we're going to do with the leather cleaner today is we're going to turn our attention to our club car precedent over here. We're going to clean all the seats and then condition them with the leather conditioner. So one step at a time, let's get busy now with the leather cleaner on the club car precedent. We're back in front of the golf cart. You guys can see we have the Chemical Guys leather conditioner and the Chemical Guys leather cleaner sitting so fresh here. here. This time though, we're gonna go ahead and clean the seats with the Chemical Guys leather conditioner, and per the instructions, you shake well, you spray the leather cleaner on a microfiber cloth, and then you wipe the leather cleaner into the surface to remove the dirt. Let's go ahead and get our microfiber cloth out, fold it up, go ahead and spray some of the leather cleaner on it. And we'll go ahead and clean this leather. Does have a little dirt coming off of it. And that's all there was to that. And we'll flip it to the other side because there was some dirt on that seat. This cart is out in the garage all the time, so it is going to get dirty. All right. That is the leather cleaner for the front. Now let's go ahead and get a clean cloth. We'll put a few stripes of leather conditioner on the cloth, and then we'll go ahead and condition these seats. And you can see it soaking into the leather already. Flip the towel over, put a few more in it. And the top seat is done. Let's move down to the bottom seat. Flip towel over again. I put way too much on that. That will be enough for the front and the back. I'm going to put some of this on this other towel for the back. Let's go ahead and do the bottom seat. All right, the front of the golf cart is finished. Let's do the back now. We're back at the rear of the golf cart, and we are going to start with the leather cleaner. Let's go ahead and spray some on our rag here and wipe down this top seat. Be careful of the tiny Tesla. And that is clean, that just needs to dry. I'm gonna flip my rag over and do the same to the bottom. That will get all the grease and contaminant off the seat and clean it and get it ready to be conditioned. Top's already drying, bottom is done, and this rag is also done. The top is dry. I've already got some leather conditioner on my towel. I'm gonna go ahead and rub that into the seat at the top. You can see that's plenty. I had a bunch on my rag, and I'm just gonna let that dry however it wants to dry. And then I'm gonna flip my rag over, put a little bit more on the back, and go ahead and rub the bottom seat as well. You can see that it takes all of 2 seconds to do the seats on this golf cart. And now the bottom seat is done, and if you want to, you can grab a dry rag and wipe off the excess. If not, you can let it dry naturally, but you can buff it out like this. And that is that. Back out here in the garage, and you guys did just see us clean and condition the seats on the 2014 club car, and you can see how good they came out using the approved methods by Chemical Guys. We went ahead and cleaned all the seats first, and then we followed it up with a nice coating of the leather conditioner by applying it to our towel first, and then going ahead and rubbing it on the seats afterwards. We want to go ahead and thank the Chemical Guys for being so gracious and contributing to Supercar Street Racing. Guys, do us a big favor. We'll put links down in the description for this. Make sure that you order everything from the approved links from Supercar Street Racing. You can order anything you want from Amazon through our links, and it helps us out greatly. In this case, we might put an affiliate link for the actual supplier that gave us this. Go ahead and order it from them. It'll do them a big favor as well. And check out the Chemical Guys products down in the description and pick yourself up some. Now let's throw it over to the 4K production studio with Brad and see how you can get this stuff online. You guys just saw me out in the garage taking a look at the Chemical Guys premium leather auto conditioner and leather cleaner, and we are so proud to be partnered here with Premium Auto to bring you these two products today. Now the leather conditioner is awesome. I used it on the interior of the Model S Plaid without doing the leather cleaning first, but I did use the leather cleaner on the Precedent golf cart. It came out awesome. I love this stuff. You can see right here on the screen our partnership with Premium Auto, and here is the actual Amazon link for this stuff, but I am going to put Premium Auto links in the description. So go ahead and order yours through the link and help out Supercar Street Racing greatly. We're going to get out of here right now. It's almost dinner time and I haven't had anything to eat. But please support the channel, like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bubba loves Cat TV. He can't stop watching it. Right, Bubba? It's Cat TV. Look at the tail going. He loves Cat TV. Over here on the treadmill, and there's a freaking little crab. It's the second one I've seen in 2 days in the sun. Little crab. Hey, crab. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and today we have the big reveal of the golf cart audio system. It is 99.9% finished, and we put a good 30 or 40 hours of work into it, and I wanted to go over the list here before we actually show you the cart so you can see what eventually worked, what eventually didn't, and what I ended up ordering after the fact in order to get this project all wrapped up. So first of all, let's take a look at the list here, and let's go down some and get to the first page of items that we ordered. So let's keep going, keep going, keep going. There was a lot of stuff ordered for this. Let's go down, 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 down. Keep going, and this is where it starts. So this is the first thing that we'll look at. This is the actually designed for golf carts. It's a 48 volt voltage meter with a USB charger. It does say quick charge on it. However, it is not a quick charge. It is just a standard charge. So I gave it a bad review because it is not a quick charger. So shouldn't say quick charger if it's not one. That was mounted in the dash first, and then I realized it wasn't a quick charger, so I bought a couple of them. You'll see here shortly. Next here on the list, we've got the SCAR audio. So this is the SDR12. This is the woofer that I bought for the enclosure, and it's pretty awesome. 2 voice coils, 4 ohms per voice coil, which if you parallel that leads a 2 ohm load. Series would be 8 ohms, parallel would be 2. Next, we got the recoil bus bars, and those went in the front of the cart here, and those were for actually putting 12 volts up front of the cart so that if I have other things that need 12 volts up there, like lights or anything like that, I could just run directly off of the bus bar, and I don't need to run all the way to the back. Next, we have the tubing. So this is flexible tubing for wiring, and I have to say I don't like the way that the ends fray out, and I tried heating them, and I tried the heat gun, I tried fire, and really the ends are just kind of flared out and frayed when you use this stuff. This middle guy right here is a USB power converter. So what it does is it takes 12 volts, gives you a female type B USB connector, and I use that to actually charge the tablet. And surprisingly enough, it does quick charge. It doesn't super fast charge, it quick charges. Now we got the B-Box single 12-inch woofer enclosure. It is angled. It works perfectly right in the back of the golf cart and fits between the 2 rails of the seat. It's pretty awesome. It's got a single terminal there, and the woofer is mounted in there with some polyfill. Now our Invertec 500 watt car power inverter here, and that takes the 12 volts in the golf cart. So after the voltage reducer, this guy creates 110 volt power, so you can run things like inside your house, like typical everyday plug into the wall type stuff. I got a new crimp tool with some crimp connectors that you also heat shrink, which is great. I've never owned these before, and they are absolutely awesome. Next best thing to soldering and heat shrinking, but they're great. You crimp once, and then you take your heat gun and you shrink. Got some VC Link RCA splitters. I ended up not using those, but I kept them because I probably will use them in the future. I got some Velcro mounting squares, which I used to mount the Bluetooth adapter on the back of the seat, and then put a screw above it to kind of wedge it in between the amps so it wouldn't go anywhere. This is the voltage reducer. So this guy right here takes 48 volts in your golf cart and makes 12 volts for other accessories like amplifiers, lights, anything 12 volts like a car would use. This guy's awesome because it's 60 amps. It can handle every bit of the amperage of my amplifier, and then other things like lighting and things like that. That was one of the more expensive, but not the most expensive things on the list. It's actually might be the most expensive since I didn't have to buy anything big. I already had the amplifier, which was the Rockville Phenom. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Ended up sending these RCA cables back. I got some locally that were shorter. Got this copper wire terminal connector kit here with heat shrink too. It has the big rings that allow you to go over some battery posts that some of the other things don't have. Perfect for what I was doing. And we got the master disconnect switch. What this switch does is it takes out of the 48 volt voltage reducer, which you saw down here, and it feeds this switch. And from out of the switch, it goes to the, actually back up. Power from the batteries goes into the switch. Out of the switch, it goes right to the voltage reducer. And so that cuts off everything that's got 12 volts because the voltage reducer feeds it. So that means when I go somewhere and walk inside, I can turn off the master power and nobody can mess with anything on the golf cart. All right, we got our silky polyfill fiber here for inside of the actual enclosure. I forgot to stuff it in the dash. I meant to do that, but honestly, it gets everywhere. I don't know how useful it would be in the dash, but I did buy it for that and did not use it because I had already mounted the speakers and stuff, and I could probably still flip my hand through the dash hole and put it in there, but I think I'm going to hold off because it just gets on everything. It's a mess. Infinity Kappas I ended up returning because they didn't have grills and I had to have grills. Some RCA cables that I ended up using for feeding the epicenter. Here's the actual fuse block that we come out of our 48 volt voltage reducer. We go into this fuse block that feeds all the 12 volts, including the 12 volt blocks up front, and fuses them. Let's go to the next page. Next page here, starting at the bottom. This is a fusible circuit breaker for the amplifier only. So instead of having a fuse that's gonna, maybe bust and you have to put a new fuse in, this is a circuit breaker. So you just reset it. Super easy, super affordable, $11. You can't go wrong with something like that. This magnetic phone mount thing is for going to behind the carbon fiber dash, and the other part goes on the tablet and it's supposed to hold, but since the way I'm using it is not the way it's designed. It's designed to stick onto a dash and you put this on your phone and it sticks right to it. I ended up ordering a second one, which is on there now, and I just ordered 3 and 4 to go on the sides so that hopefully I get a really nice magnetic mount for the tablet and it won't go anywhere when I hit bumps. I ordered these guys here, these 83 watt QC3 multi-port chargers after the first charger wasn't a super fast charger. I did try to charge my phone with this yesterday and it just said fast charging. It didn't say super fast charging or anything like that, so I don't know why that's the case. I don't know if it's my cable or what, but yeah, it didn't ultra charge or ultra fast or super fast. It just was just fast charging my phone, which I guess that's fine, but I bought it for super fast charging and it does not do that on my phone. I got one in the back of the cart. Conveniently, you can plug your phone and lay it on the seat right beside you. You can lay a tablet on the seat beside you, charge right behind you, or you can do it in the front on the dash. You will see that in the video soon, guys. Next, I finally upgraded my tools. I've been suffering with this Hitachi tool set that has been a problem for years. It's probably 6 or 7 years old now. I went ahead and found this on sale for $149, and I did buy the combo kit with the drill, the impact driver, 2 batteries, and a charger, and I absolutely love it. It is worth every penny. Pre-workout was not for the golf cart, although it'll pump you up and get you ready for working on the cart. I bought some jigsaw blades because I did buy the DeWalt XR jigsaw separately so that I could use that for the cart install, and I've always needed one. 303 aerospace protectant I used for detailing the golf cart afterwards, so that is part of it. I bought the actual Infinity Kappas with the grill. I ended up returning them because I bought some JBL GTO 620s locally, so I returned these. And we have clips for cable management, and I used those on the install to screw my wires up and hold them really nicely on the back seat, and you will see that too. And the last page here. Go to the bottom. Sent these this wire back, ended up using my own speaker wire that I already have. Here is the second magnetic mount that I bought for the tablet to mount on the dash, and it was undeliverable, so I never got that one and I had to order another one. Here is the Bluetooth adapter. The one I had actually had a short in the power, and I ended up dismantling the whole entire back of the cart, and it was just this Bluetooth adapter, but I redid everything, very nicely, and it looks a lot better now. Screen protector for the tablet, I am going to return. I don't want glass. I didn't see that it was tempered glass, so it's going back. I needed some scissors for a lot of things. I broke them and hurt my hand in the process. When they broke, it went right through my hand, so I ordered scissors. This is a 256 megabyte SD card for the tablet, and I needed that for the tablet for the golf cart. Here is a second magnetic phone mount that I put on the bottom of the dash mount, and I have one on the top, and that still may not be enough. I bought some more zip ties for the install. I was completely out. I got a DeWalt bit set, not for the cart, but I needed one anyway, so I bought a whole bit kit. It'll be here tomorrow. I bought a custom engraved nameplate for the epicenter control, which you will see in the video, and it says epicenter and has minimum and maximum. It's going to stick on right below this cool knob that I made in the back, guys. You're going to love that. And then for the left and right behind the dash to hold the tablet better, I bought these two more magnetic mounts that were a way better deal, and they will be here tomorrow, and I will stick them on behind the dash and then put the metal plates on the tablet in the back, and I'll have 4 magnets to hold that to the dash, which you will see out here in a second. So let's get right to it, guys, on Supercar Street Racing. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Supercar Street Racing and Brad here, and today we have a tour of the golf cart audio system. I just finished everything completely, including buttoning up all the wiring. It was a good 3 or 4 day project, so I am going to show you around the golf cart, and we will start in the rear. I got a little light here for us. So in the back of the golf cart here, we have a 12-inch woofer in a nice pre-made enclosure there that still needs to be kind of bolted down, and it does have the SCSR 12-inch woofer, dual voice coil, 4 ohm per voice coil. The voice coils are paralleled, yielding a 2 ohm load. We're listening to royalty-free music, by the way, no copyright. We have a quick connect here made out of just a standard plug, wall plug. I put a female and a male on so that can come out and anytime and be easily pulled out. And if we pull out the box here, you can see that plate is open to let the bass go through the cart. Yeah, it just kind of sits in there and just needs a strap to be perfect. And that is the bass part of the sound system. Moving on to the amp rack, everything is located on the back of the seat. On this side, we have our voltage inverter. This supplies 110 volts to whatever you need, and also it has a USB plug. It's actually powering the Bluetooth adapter as well. Between that, we have the amplifier, 5-channel Rockville amplifier, and then we have the Bluetooth adapter. All this stuff will be in the description. That is the Bluetooth adapter right up here. Let me get you a better view of it. There is the Bluetooth adapter. And so it has actually 2 sets of outputs. The mini output up the top there is actually feeding the subwoofer channels, and the RCA outputs are feeding channels 1, 2, 3, and 4 and are Y adapted to that. Here is the fuse for the amp. It's actually a circuit breaker, as you can see here. Rather than get a fuse that blows, you pay a few dollars more and you can get an actual circuit breaker. Below that, we have our voltage reducer. This guy takes 48 volts and makes it into 12 volts, and it's 60 amps, 720 watts to be able to handle the stereo system. And then right here on the back of the back seat, we have the EP1600X Blaupunkt, which is an epicenter clone. Moving down to the back of the cart here, underneath the seat, we have JBL GTO Let me make sure I'm saying that right, because they're right here. JBL GTO 620s. Two 6.5-inch component speakers. Those are fed by channel 3 and 4. We have a super high output 65 watt USB Type-C and USB Type-B charger. We have our epicenter control. I ordered a actual metal custom engraved plate that says epicenter and has positive and minimum. And I moved the LED also off of the control panel onto the actual back of the cart. So that is the rear of the cart. Front of the cart, we have another pair of JBL GTO 620s, and they are 6.5-inch two-ways, and they are about $115 a pair. So I bought 2 pairs of those to round out the system. Let's move around to the other side here where we have better access to the dash. We're listening to no copyright music here because we will get copyright strikes. Taking a look at the dash here, this is the carbon fiber dash. Now, of course, it's not real carbon fiber, it's carbon fiber wannabe. And then there's a different pattern carbon fiber on the dash overlay. Moving to the actual dash, we have a Samsung A7 Lite tablet. It is about an 8.5-inch tablet. It does have a SIM card available. I ordered it, so it will have its own internet connection. It actually is being charged by this cable, which runs in behind the dash, and behind the dash there is a block with positives and negatives of 12 volts. There's a USB 12 volt to USB power adapter in the back that's feeding this guy right here. And as you can see, it is charging, and it even, unbelievably, I didn't think it would, it is actually fast charging, which is amazing. Below that, in the dash, a little crooked, but it can be moved. We have our voltmeter. So this shows the voltage going to the 48 volt batteries. Right now, the charger is on and active, so that is why you are seeing the 57 volts. The batteries are charging. That is normal during a charge. Right next to that, we have another super high speed USB charger. This one, the button is kind of jacked up on. I don't know what happened to it, but it's like the button is pushed in. I'm not even showing you on the camera. There it is. The only thing I don't like about these guys is they turn off between power cycles. I wish they would stay on. I looked everywhere for some that would stay on, and they don't exist. So this one, the little button is kind of like mashed in. I don't get it. The other one back here in the back is not. So yeah, that will round off the golf cart audio tour. And then of course down here we have our extreme mat. Now, there are some more things we got to get done to the golf cart. We need to do all the bushings in the front. We have a bushing set laying over here on the top of the lawnmower over there. And Joe is going to help me. Another cool thing about having a tablet. Oh, by the way, the tablet is magnetic mounted. There's a magnet stuck to the back of the dash inside, and then this has a magnet plate on the back of it, a metal plate. However, it is not working great, so I ordered a second one for the bottom. If that doesn't work, I'm going to order number 3 and number 4 for the side so that this thing doesn't move, because you can see it comes off fairly easy. I'm hoping another one will prevent that from happening, and if not, a 3rd and 4th will definitely keep it on there. So another thing cool about having the tablet, so I got subscription YouTube, so I can actually minimize YouTube and still hear music. But we can go to the speedometer. And it's supposed to actually spin. Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't stay. I don't know why it won't stay on landscape, but anyway, got your speedometer, got your digital speedometer, and you got your map. You can do all that with this tablet while you're moving. And also you've got your good old Waze. If you want to use Waze, it's on here as well, right here. and anything else that you can use on a Android tablet, you can use right here. Some of this stuff is junk, like meat. Samsung free, we can disable. No, we can't. Excuse me, guys. Anyway, that is a tour of the golf cart audio system. As you can see, it came out pretty good. It's clean. It's about 98% what I wanted it to be. And the reason being is when you have to put the seats on, you have to leave some slack in some of the cables. So there's a couple of cables that I wasn't too super excited about having to leave slack in. But the rest is pretty clean, as you can see here. And of course we have our beautiful epicenter control. And guys, that's going to do it for the audio system tour on the golf cart. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time on Supercar Street Racing. We're going to look at Fortnite on the S22 Ultra 5G. It's still downloading the higher resolution textures. That's happy there. Probably because it's busy in the background right now. Very playable at this resolution. Let me give you guys a quick little video of this. What time are we opening it? Totally playable. Just getting into the controls here.
I suppose I owe you an explanation. We've all been through a lot the last few years, and there's much more you don't even remember. You've all fought the good fight, but until we set the 0 point free, we'll be facing threats like the last reality, and worse. There will be no escaping it. That's why I need your help to destroy the imagined order. As long as they're exploiting the 0 point, everything is in danger. With your help, we can free ourselves from this place and leave the loop for good. We can all go home.
I wonder if it runs worse with screen recorder on. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. So glad to have you with us today again on a beautiful Sunday. And today we're going to be taking a look at the media mod for the GoPro Hero. And I have a 10 black right below you right there, but this also works on the 11 and I think the 9, not 100% sure, but we know it works for sure on the 10 and 11. We're going to look at that today on the channel. Stick with us. Guys, it is Sunday Fun Day. We're back on Supercar Street Racing today with this media mod for the GoPro Hero 9 Black, Hero 10 Black, and Hero 11 Black. It is water resistant. It has a directional mic, a mic port, HDMI out, and USB-C ports. So you need this if you're going to connect an external mic to your GoPro. And I have not opened this yet. It is still packaged up in the box here, and I'm wondering if we can open it without doing anything to the actual packaging. I guess we cannot. They make it impossible not to tear up here. And so let's get this thing open and see what's inside. Kind of excited about this because I have a DJI mic kit. As you can see on the channel, there is a review for that. And this is the only way to use the DJI mic with the GoPro. Now, one thing I did read and saw online is that the GoPro and the Hero mic, sorry, the DJI mic will not fit on the shoe of the media mod all the way. It kind of just partially fits on there. And it looks like it did come with some mounts here for tripod and other. We're gonna see real quick what these are. This is to screw the device to anything that you use, any kind of mount. That I already have one of those. I have several actually. It's about, I think about 75 bucks to 79 bucks. I can't remember exactly. From what I read, the directional mic is not even that great in this. Not any better than the internal. And they give you a little windscreen for your directional mic there. And looking inside the packaging here, there is a manual that comes with this. It's got a limited lifetime warranty, it says right there. And here are the directions. So we have my GoPro Hero 10 Black right here. So first thing you have to do is remove the door on the device. And it does just pop right off, as you can see right here and right now. And then this media mod case right here. It says next that you slide this thing down, open that up, which is just like the door on the side of the GoPro. And then it says you slide the Hero 10 Black into it, and obviously it can only go one way. This looks like the back because it's got ports on it. This is like the front because it's got a mic there. And the GoPro Hero 10 Black slides right in there just like that, as you can see. And it says that there is a USB Type-C that should have plugged in on the side. Let's see. Yep, so there's the USB Type-C that goes into the side of the GoPro, which actually interfaces this. And you cannot get a copy of this. This is only available from GoPro themselves. Notice that it is in all the way now. Now, to take your memory card out, you do have to remove the case, which is not a big deal. It takes 5 seconds. It's the same as having to open the battery door. Now it says close the case here, but guess what? I did not put a battery in it. You have to do that first. That has not changed. We have a battery in it, slide it in, and I did see the light pop on the GoPro, and it closes like that. And now this thing is completely inside of that. Now down here are the little GoPro accessory things, which are a little bit harder to get to. And it looks like this is some kind of shoe mount. and you have a shoe on top there like you did before. Going further in the manual, it says that you can then hook your little handle up to this, but I have a flexible clamp. And it says if you want to use your little windscreen right here, you can do that as well. And it just snaps on and pops off right here. Pretty simple. Just kind of like that, as you guys can see. And that is pretty much the only directions they give you with the Hero 10. And this, I guess, I don't know what this is actually for. But our mic is actually on top of the camera, the phone right now, so we're gonna have to take that off in order to test it out. But the way you connect a mic to this is this 3.5 millimeter jack right here. So you can kind of get your DJI mic in here. It won't go in all the way from what I read. So let's get the microphone off of the phone and onto this. When we do that, we will switch to phone recording, so the audio is going to change up a little bit at that point. Let's try that now. All right, guys, we are back with the GoPro Hero 10 Black and the DJI mic. And as you can see right here, I've got the shoe adapter, and it's also kind of a clip-on thing back on the DJI receiver. Once you have that, if you get your GoPro Hero 10 or Hero 11 Black, you can see this will slide somewhat into the shoe on top of the camera here. It might work on the side, I haven't tried it. Barely goes in the side shoe. And it will slide a little bit into the top. Now I bet if you trimmed off a little bit of that shoe, just take a little bit off, it would slide all the way in, which maybe like a little bit on the grinder or just clip a little bit off of it. It looks like it'll go all the way in the top. Now that that's mounted, you need the 3.5 millimeter cable to go from this receiver output to the back here on the Media Mod. So let's go grab our 3.5 millimeter cable. This is the 3.5 millimeter cable that DJI supplies with the actual mic. And what you want to do here now is come to the output of your receiver there, plug it there, open up the back here where you see the 3.5 millimeter plug that straight into the GoPro like that. This other port right here is a USB Type-C, and then that is of course a mini or micro HDMI. I think it's called a micro HDMI. A lot of people hate this port. It's not very robust and tends to break, but there you see the whole package here now with the wireless mic on top, which I think I'm going to try to grind the shoe down a little bit and kind of trim it off. And that is the whole package, all ready to go with the Media Mod. You still have a side shoe here for a light if you wanted to. And that is it. So now what we can do is switch over to the GoPro, start recording on the GoPro with our wireless mic, and see if that actually works. All right, we powered on the GoPro and it says Media Mod connected. And the cool thing is I can see my audio down at the bottom from my wireless mic already going. So it wants to update the time from the app, so I'm going to do that now from the phone. But see right there, before that it said Media Mod connected. Okay, we are now recording on the GoPro Hero 10 Black and on the phone at the same time. However, the audio from the Hero 10 Black is using my microphone, I believe. Yep, I just touched the mic and we could see on the back here that we have the level meters from the wireless mic from the DJI mic, and you can see on the front here the level meters on the DJI receiver. So we have successfully set up the Media Mod for the GoPro Hero 10 Black. Now, I don't know exactly what this guy does here. It's some kind of shoe mount as well, but I like to use my Hero mostly on this thing. And so on the bottom of the Hero, there's two little tabs that come up for Hero related accessories. So you just pull those out basically, and they go between these little slots here. You're a slot. And yeah, just like that. And then you put your thingy through it like that and screw it in, and now this thing is ready to go shoot some videos and can be clamped on. And it has this extra clamping force thing if you need to make it actually tighter. But there you go, that is the Hero 10 Black, and with the GoPro Media Mod and the DJI mic fully attached. And now we can go into the Supercar Street Racing Studios and take a look at this online, see what it costs, and see what people are saying about the Media Mod, because a lot of people are unhappy that they have to spend this much money after getting a GoPro just to connect an external mic to it. Doesn't make much sense. But because you can't connect directly to the USB Type-C port on the side like you can to your phone with this phone adapter here with the DJI mic. All right, let's head into the studio now. Today, we are going to be taking a look. Welcome back once again to the beautiful editing studios here at Supercar Street Racing. This studio is capable of editing in 4K, super high resolution, super fast editing machine sitting right down here underneath me. And today we're taking a look at this GoPro Media Mod. Now, what do you need a GoPro Media Mod for? Well, you need it in order to connect an external microphone to your GoPro Hero 9 Black, Hero 10 Black, or Hero 11 of Black. And as you can see right here and right now, looking at this on the screen here, for 79 bucks you do not get the capability built in the GoPro. Now, I know it kind of sucks that you buy a GoPro and you can't do this, but they're making extra money on this guy right here, and you just have to buy it if you want to hook up an external microphone or maybe have an extra place to put a light on. And as you can see, it also has on the back, it doesn't show it here, but it has a port for HDMI as well as a 3.5 inch microphone here. And this guy is $79, and I don't know why it would have a bad review, anything under $5. It just does what it does. The microphone is not that great. It's about the same as the built-in mic, so you're better off, of course, with an external microphone. And we will have a link to this guy right in the description. We really appreciate you guys buying through our affiliate links. It helps the channel out greatly because we don't make any money on the channel. We actually lose money. And so we make $1 or $2 off when you guys buy any Amazon products. You don't have to buy the Media Mod. You can buy anything by clicking through this link, and it helps us out greatly. But back to the GoPro Hero Media Mod. You can only buy this guy through GoPro. Nobody else makes accessories for it, and GoPro would probably sue them if they tried, because they're trying their best to get rich off of this GoPro Media Mod. Now, I did verify after the fact that the receiver for the DJI mic does fit right here in the shoe, as you can see right here on this side. The shoe on the side of it, the GoPro or the DJI receiver fits pretty good in there. It's a little bit tight. Like I said, I might grind some off of it and see if I can get it to fit better. Other than that, no complaints about the Media Mod for the GoPro. Guys, thanks for joining us on Supercar Street Racing. We'll see you guys next time. The Media Mod for the GoPro Hero 10 and 11. Why? That's corn. Somewhere in there are cows. And we are in Mississippi today. And I'm going to show you guys my sister's unique house and some of the cool features of this place on Supercar Street Racing. Come along and check this out. Now you can tell already, stepping on the porch of my sister's house, that she has some unique things out here. Very unique taste in art and furniture, and she collects some really cool things. But I've spent some time on this porch playing guitar with the corn right across the street and the beautiful plants. And you can see here, this is just the beginning of some of the coolest things you'll probably see at a house. Now let's go inside.
Hey dude.
What are you doing, dude? All right, we step inside the house, and of course, there's some really cool, older, vintage pictures here. I don't know exactly what they are. That says Guadalupe, so that's Mexico. So yeah, some really interesting old photography here. And then of course we are from New Orleans, so down here we have some very cool Mardi Gras stuff there, and we have Bo the cat. And then moving up here, there's some very cool antique lamps here. A very old antique, it looks like an armoire, or I guess you would call it a dresser, more like, and not an armoire. And then on top of that, some vintage photography, and I don't know the significance of this, probably isn't one. The cat is trying to open the door. You're not getting out, dude. Some interesting palm leaves here, a candle, and then some shawls adorning this, and some more old photography back here. But a very cool old dresser here as you enter the front door, and some older looking ornate lights. And then on my right here, some pretty cool artwork. As you can see, it's multi-leveled. Might be hard to tell on camera, but this is levels of paper or some kind of material. This is one of my friend's artwork, Andre. So he painted this of a local artist. Okay, so my sister is really into Day of the Dead stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of skulls and things related to Day of the Dead. And up here, we do have a cool picture. Looks like painted by Anthony Hart, and then a picture of my sis and her boyfriend there. And then down to some interesting artwork here. There's a diver's bell here. There is some kind of old, I think that's a trombone. There's an old cigar, a Puerto Rico tiny ukulele there, and then knickknacks on the top. And to the left of that, a old vintage microphone with some Mardi Gras beads, and an old, looks like a Mardi Gras trumpet, honestly, is what I think it is. And then a cool old piece of furniture underneath this. Looks like it's just like some sort of chest, and that is part of the living room there. Now let's move over. And this guitar is Paul Thorne. It has tickets on it, and it's autographed, and that is pretty cool. If you guys haven't heard Paul Thorne, go ahead and check him out. And there is his Catfish Alley poster, and then a picture of him and my sister, and some other Paul Thorne stuff here, and then cool little poster here, artwork by Paul Thorne. It is signed by him. And then a lanyard from his concert, and some other cool rock and roll related. Maybe he played in Clarksdale at the Deep Blues Festival. And then down here, there's some Eddie Hodges stuff. Looks like an Eddie Hodges record autographed, and a old resonator guitar, which I have played this several times. It's kind of interesting to play. Some kind of, looks like a ray, manta ray or stingray skeleton there. And then we've got an interesting little table right here as well. On this table, there's a bunch of knickknacks, a bunch of automobile-related stuff, some airplanes and stuff like that, some more Day of the Dead, picture of my sister's boyfriend with the president, and just a lot of cool little knickknacks. And then some art up top, looks like Mary art. Down below, a dog and a suitcase and some old antique, looks like antique buckets and an antique suitcase right there, suitcase. And then some walking sticks over here to round out this wall of coolness. Okay, over here on the side by the antique fireplace, you can see some more cross-related art. She really likes crosses and the Day of the Dead stuff. And an antique piece of furniture down there. An old antique chair, so a vase, an old phone here. Some really cool artwork, some more religious artwork. More cat interference. And then up here we've got a nice big painting, and on top of the mantle a bunch of cool crosses and candles. And then down here in front of the fireplace, a bunch of cool little candles on a metal antique table. Very cool. Some more religious artwork there. Another cross here, which is pretty cool. You guys can see that. And more candles. And some more art in the corner here. There's a corner shelf with some interesting things on it. Few little knickknacks here and there, some more crosses on the wall. And then over here in the window there is a case full of antique cars, a Buddha here, another old piece of furniture with a cool candelabra thing in front of it, and another really old antique chair there with a chandelier above the window. And then this ornate piece of iron here with some things hanging on it. And this couch with these nice pillows. You can see this really old cool suitcase here, an antique book on top, and then here is a signed Meatloaf autographed microphone, a cool Eminem dude with a saxophone, and then an Elvis. And you know, we just visited the birthplace of Elvis yesterday, and there's Elvis with his microphone chilling on top of this old piece of furniture here. And then another old table with some things inside the top. And a skull on top with a Mardi Gras hat of some kind, it looks like. Side, there is a pretty cool piece of artwork up here, a bunch of candles, a bunch of old dishes, antique dishes, all the way down this, I guess you call it an armoire or a cabinet of some kind. And then on this side, some really cool, colorful curtains, another Day of the Dead type skull, old bowling pins too, which is very cool. And then in the corner, on the corner shelf, miscellaneous, it's like a glass skull from the Skull vodka. Really, really cool artwork here. Really cool antique tables. Another pretty cool hanging mirror with some, and she's also a cat lover, if you couldn't tell. The cat's staring at Patricia. And then this, another cool little skull. And these hanging cat ornaments are awesome. Look, these are cool. And then rounding out her cool living room, she has some more neat artwork right here. And then, of course, more cats right there. And an awesome shelf. I like this piece of art here. It says odd on it, and it's got the little Barbie doll head. More religious stuff there. And then all the way down the shelf here, some interesting books. And a really old vintage guitar here with some signatures on it. Okay, in the kitchen here, you can see some really cool antique stuff here. A dulcimer, or a dulcimer, some artwork up there, a neat old phone, and then of course a bunch of skulls and random. There's a llama here for your mama, and then grouper legs. We're in the foyer area, and this whole foyer has a lot of cool things in it related to rock and roll and some cool artwork. Bunch of wine bottles, really old wine bottles, and then up there, signed guitars. They are Charlie Daniels, ZZ Top, Glenn Campbell, Eddie Hodges, BB King, and the Greg Allman signed guitar, all up above the door here, along with some old glass vases, old wagon wheel. Up there, there's a Christopher Cross signed guitar and some Elton John artwork down here on the side. But yeah, just a really cool collection of signed guitars. Top of the steps here, some more. But yeah, just a really cool collection of signed guitars. And more music related stuff. And that is a Vince Gill signed guitar right there. And let's take it on upstairs where there's some really interesting artwork. A couple of signed guitars right here, along with a cool metal guitar guy and a bookshelf. And then an old music stand. Right here we got this rock and roll guy that used to be a suit of armor. Now he's all dressed up for Mardi Gras, and he's got his rock and roll record. Some old books over there. A really cool old guitar with a bunch of stickers on it. Just some more random cross artwork, and then of course this cool doll, which is so fascinating. It's like a doll in a wheelchair. This is what happened to baby Jane. I like it. I think it's awesome. And then here in the chair, nice old metal chair with an old helmet in it and another skull. Really cool old door with a voodoo thing on it, and of course more cats. And I love the horse decoration here. This is 11 Spoonfuls signed guitar here. This one is Reba, James Taylor here, and then next to my mess over here, because we have taken over the upstairs. We love this thing. It's like a frog body with a doll head with a foot in the mouth. It's so cool. Over here, Star Wars memorabilia, drums over here, an alligator head, some cool books and dolls, Curious George stuff, Snoopy stuff. And again, I've taken over this area with my suitcase, but very cool mirrors and a shelf here with different types of kind of Day of the Dead stuff. Interesting artwork here. The top here, that reminds me of the Oldest View. If you don't watch Kane Pixels, you should watch the Oldest View. He is very talented. And then interesting baby head inside of a thing. And then again, we took over a lot of this area, so it is messy because we have a blow-up bed chilling in the back here. I thought this probably makes it interesting lighting. And then below it, there's a candelabra here with some cool old candles with the fleur-de-lis, because we are from New Orleans. And some interesting artwork here, an old telephone, some art. Same over here, some art there. Some more art up here above on the wall with the disco ball making interesting light in the background. Okay, going out into the backyard of my sister's house is kind of where craziest backyard happens. This is one of the most tropical backyards I've ever seen. Take a look around here at my sister's backyard. She has this place all decked out with flowers and plants of all kind. Beautiful flower beds and the pool. Every square inch of the backyard has some kind of cool flower, plant, or art. And we actually are going to be installing some LED curtain lights out here today. Moving to what we came here for, she does have a pool here with plants all the way around it. You can see how beautiful it is. They take care of this with a lot of attention and care, and it's a lot of work to get these things taken care of and watered every day. It's an oasis back here. Check out this array of plants, flowers, trees. It even goes all the way back here. There's a big space back here, and they have the banana plants. Every flower you can think of, and then this beautiful pool here. Artwork, that one is missing its head, but still. And so yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little insight into one of the coolest places I've been to. One of the most beautiful backyards I've seen, and this is in Mississippi. Check out that, guys. Just amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, enjoyed a look into this beautiful house, beautiful backyard. And we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, please. Okay, we're here with Tutricia, and she wants to slap me in the face with a tortilla.
Yes.
Oh my god, why do you use your fist, dog? Twice, though. Huffing it on the treadmill, and I'm watching Solos. You guys gotta check that out. Pretty good show. And then we're gonna get to the good fun. Putting in this backup camera. Good morning, everybody. I am working on the backup camera install for the dash and the navigation system. I already have the RCA cables run to the back of the nav and the new ID4 instrument cluster. My challenge now is I need to actually install this. This goes where your trunk latch goes, so it's seamless. You can't even see it. And the only problem I'm having is now I have to find switched power for this thing. There is power on the back of my nav for it. However, I'm an idiot and I didn't run the wire. And I don't know if I'll be able to get that wire fished down at this point, but I am going to run this anyway and see if I can at least get that part done up to the front, and I'll keep you guys posted. Now, I did test it, it works. I gave it power from the wall, but it goes right here. And I don't know how to install it. I'm guessing that I have to take apart this whole back, pull these little plugs out right here, and take this chunk piece off. Not 100% sure, but I am going to try to figure that out now. Well, let's do a little test. I'm interested if this light stays on when the trunk is closed. This probably isn't a good test, just because it probably turns off after you start the car after a little while, unfortunately. Alright, went back and watched the video. That light definitely turns off, unfortunately, when the trunk is closed. The battery's under here. really wouldn't do me any good without some way to relay that on. Doubt this camera uses much power, but still I don't want it to be on all the time. Or I could just run battery power. So my best option, easiest, is probably the cigarette lighter. To maybe put a little Y adapter on it and run a wire from that, or just actually open up the cigarette lighter in the center console and tap off the back of that. But first things first, I mean, man, why isn't there switched power back here? I heard some of the cars have like a accessory outlet in the back somewhere, which is very cool. This car probably doesn't, so I'm gonna get to work trying to get this camera installed first. Okay guys, I'm consciously trying to keep the camera a little bit more steady in this video because I noticed last time it was annoying. I did get my camera bundle wire done here. So what we've got is the camera output is an RCA cable. This is inside this loom. Also the input for power is inside the loom. And then that runs to the cable that's going to go all the way to the front. On the other side of this cable here that goes to the front of the car, there's the power wire and also the RCA cable that plugs into the head unit and to into the digital dash. You can see it right here. The other end looks like this. So this will get power. We'll go ahead and bite the bullet and get it off the navigation system like I was supposed to in the first place. There's a power wire with the video cable there, so it's switched power. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this wire run without disassembling the trunk, but if I can't, I'm going to take the trunk apart. Went ahead and got the first piece off here. Might be able to get the wire through there without taking apart the rest. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try it. I can maybe fish it through, and then it needs to come down, go down this shock, just like the loom does over there, where I can zip tie it, leave some slack for it to raise up. So I'm gonna see if I can get in there right now. I turned the light on kind of see if you can get in there or not, but boy would it be great if there was some power in there. That would be amazing. I'm gonna check it out. Well, the good news is I was able to fish the hanger through to here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull my wires through, and then hopefully I can get them down through this part without disassembling the whole trunk. Or I might just, yeah, I can just come out right here, you'll barely see it, and then come down the shock tower here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now and get my wire fish through. So what I'm gonna do is tape it to the end of this with electrical tape, and then just pull everything right through. All right, got my wire taped on the end of this. Trying to be careful not to scratch my paint up at all because this is a metal hanger. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this through. I'm gonna use two hands, I'll be right back. All right, I got my wire pulled all the way through. There's plenty of extra. This is the old trunk latch. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect that, connect the new one, and make sure that the camera works now before I pull this cable all the way to the front of the car. So I'm going to do that now. All right, so I got the wire kind of rigged up to the battery. Something goes on with the nav screen, I mean with the cluster where the picture rolls. I'm not quite sure what's causing that, but it stopped a little while ago. But it looks fine on my Android head unit. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I emailed the company about it, and I think that if you initialize the cluster with the camera plugged in, it doesn't do that, but I'm going to test it in a minute. So the wire does work. Now all we got to do is get that pulled to the front. I'm going to now route this wire down to the shock absorber here. Come down from there. I got to make sure I'm not in the way of the convertible top at all. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get that wire through. I still got to investigate all that. I want to run it down, you know, down through the trim right here and everything. So I'm going to work on that now. All right, so I'm going to run the wire. Actually ran it underneath the gray carpet insert here. I'm going to run it behind the shock here. Notice over here the loom, they leave like some extra slack for that to open. See how that goes? Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing right here and button this gray piece back on real quick. Okay, forgot to show you guys the camera installed. There it is. You can barely tell it's in there. And it's a switch also, so it opens the trunk. Got the plastic piece back installed right here. Now I'm going to work on zip tying this down the trunk shock absorber. And let's see how I'm going to get it into the cabin. There's an easy way right there, but this whole compartment comes off, but I'm hoping I can fish it in there somewhere. I just don't know where yet. Alright, so literally learn something new about your car every day. I had no earthly idea that this came down and that this bag or something is in there. I don't know what that is. Something to do with a seat belt or something. It's so crazy. But I'm gonna see now if I can get through behind here, which I probably can. Like want to get it like down in between the seat right here, under the bolster, through there. So I'm gonna see right now what I can do with this. I've never seen this back here. It's so funny that I've had this car for the whole time and never noticed. All right, guys, a little update here. So I got the wire fished down here. I think I'm going to somehow tie it or maybe tuck it in right there again, because there's some stuff back here that moves and I don't want that wire getting caught right there. I fished it down through the floor there around the corner, and now I'm going to drill a hole right in the corner of that whatever the heck this thing is for luggage, and then go right through there. So I'm going to do that now. So there wasn't a way to drill a hole through there, so I went ahead and just popped a little hole in that canvas and run the wire through there, and then I'm going to seal it up later with silicone sealer just to make sure there's no air coming through. But I got the wire, you'll just see the tiny bit of it right there, but I can tuck that in really nice. And now this thing should just close like that. That's all you see back here, and it's barely noticeable. And then if we come in here, so the wire comes through the luggage compartment here, and it's kind of hard to see with this light. I'm going to run it right down the corner of the seat and down through here to get to the front of the car. I'm going to work on that now, but I'm going to put the top down first, make sure nothing is in the way. Got everything out of the trunk here. I'm going to do a little experiment and put the camera in here and just make sure that hopefully I can see right there. Make sure that nothing is in the way. Just remembered you can't lower the top without the partition, so can't see it from there. I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. Okay, I made a huge mistake back here, which almost ripped the wire right in half. So you have to understand the way the convertible top operates. These parts in here move. I had this tied to a spot that had to move, and when I opened the top, I noticed it was stretching the wire, and I thought it had broken the wire, but I tested it and the wire's still good. So I rerouted the wire to a different area back here underneath that goes up and around here, and then back to this back hinge section right here. So it's going to go, hopefully, zip tie underneath this support bar, this all moves. This whole entire support bar moves. So I'm going to give you an example. Now, it's giving me issues opening the trunk when the car with the remote control, and I don't know why. I haven't figured that out. But so first of all, you need slack for when this opens and closes. So then after that, let's see. You need slack there. See how that opens? And there's wire coming down. But you also want to make sure it doesn't get caught on anything. So I'm going to close the trunk. I'm going to try to put the top down with the key fob, but it has not been letting me, and it sucks because I really want to watch it put the top down, but let's see if it'll let me put it up. Okay, so it did roll the windows up. Let's try down. It's got a red light on, so I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to go a little bit here. Let's see, turn the power on. Okay, it works there. Now what happens now is the back flips up. Watch. As soon as that flips up, I need to go back and look. That's what was pulling on the wire last time. So what we need to do is in here, make sure there's enough slack. Aha, see, this has to open all the way, and that wire has to be tied to the back of the that support bar. So let's open it a little bit more. Let me go that way. It won't let me do anything, I guess because the key is not nearby. Let's try this. Let's put the key in the ignition. Okay, let me go that time. Okay, so now that this is open all the way, we need enough slack here to tie this to the bar while this is fully open. So let's see how much we got. Okay, so that's as far as it opens. All right, now we got to tie this off. I got to figure this out because I don't know if it's going to get pinched when the thing closes. Not 100% sure. I'm going to look at that now and let you guys know. Okay, I think I got the issues in the trunk sorted out. It's kind of difficult because that whole thing moves. So it's really hard to get everything zip tied plus leave slack so that things can move and at the same time keep the wire from coming out or getting kinked. Now this is what's in the back. I had no idea this was back here. So I pulled the seat down. I'm going to pull this wire through down under the seat here, hopefully down through this footwell and then up to here. And then I need to run power, which means unfortunately I got to take the screen out, or at least take the bezel off again to get back behind there to get power from where the navigation system is. Okay, so I got the wire run underneath the carpet here. So if you just pull off this little footwell piece, I ran it all the way under here, and then I ran it under this piece here that has the trunk switch on it. I pulled off the little duct work down there at the bottom. And so now the wire is actually where it needs to be. It's fished through. Now I have to take out the nav and make sure that there's power back there. And if there is, I have to run that up through the dash, which is going to be not fun at all. So I'm going to work on that now. All right, I got the nav pulled out. I verified with my voltmeter that there is power on this wire, and I don't think it's on full time. I hope not, because that's going to run the battery down. I believe this is switched power. It says, let's see, it's plus 12, so I don't know, better be switched. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get a wire run over here to the wire that I fished to power the camera now. Hopefully I don't have to take out the ID4 again because it's a pain. Okay guys, so I pulled out the navigation system, I pulled out the digital dash. I ran the wire back behind the dash. I've got it here. This is the power wire for the camera. I'm going to go ahead and cut that right now and then crimp it to the this. I need to order a barrel connector because that's all I got, and it's ghetto, of course. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'll update you guys after. All right, I got the wire spliced in. I'm gonna go ahead and start the car now. Actually, just probably put it in on mode. See if the camera works. Hopefully. I'm gonna be kind of mad if it doesn't. All right, well, looks like we got a backup camera both there and there. Now, this one here is noticeably more. I know it's hard to see with the with this camera, but this one's noticeably more clear, but doesn't have the backup lines. I haven't used them yet, and I don't really remember how to set up the navigation system, and I don't know what these things do here. So check this out, guys. Got the backup camera installed finally, something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'll update you guys in a minute when I go for a drive. And we are back. Got everything buttoned up. I got the garage cleaned up. So this is the Avon navigation system. There's a million of them out there that are just the same. It is an Android unit. All I can say about these guys while we're talking about it is they never update them, so you can forget about getting a newer version of your operating system or whatever, unless you are good at customizing and installing you know, custom ROMs. You'll never get that. So that's my Android. This is my ID4 digital dash. This is my custom USB connector for my digital dash to upgrade it and to put new software on it. And let's see what happens now when we put it in reverse. All right, so this is the first time I've ever seen the actual backup camera. Now notice here, we got some issues here because I noticed that every once in a while this one will not sync up, but it looks like it might have. Finally, it was rolling and then it stopped. This one's solid every single time. Now, it might be hard to see, but let's try to reverse. I've never done it. Look at this. Wow. Oh, pretty cool, man. First car I've ever had with a backup camera that wasn't a rental or a loaner. So check that out. You can even see my trash can, and I can drive. I can drive on my backup camera and here on the ID4 if you would like. So, pretty successful project. It was a lot of work. It took me about let's see, 5 hours to put in the backup camera and wire it up to power. And luckily, this navigation system has the power for the backup camera ready to go. Otherwise, I would have been hosed and had to use another source of 12-volt power. Anyway, if you guys got any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. Check the 2011 car out with the modern technology here. I know it came with you could get an optional backup camera, but not like this, man. Oh, heck yeah. Now, so this is a problem. This thing rolls. Yeah, and then it locks up. So I'm gonna talk to the ID4 guys about that, and I'll let you guys know what they say. Supercar Street Racing, have a great day, man. We're back again at Supercar Street Racing, all the way out here in Studio A today, where it's nice and cool, but it's hot outside, and today we're looking at Pixverse. Now, Pixverse reached out to Supercar Street Racing to see if we wanted to talk to you guys about this very cool AI video and image service. It's sitting right up here on the screen today. I have spent quite a bit of time using it now. I'm gonna tell you what I did, how we're gonna use this, and you're gonna see it in this actual video. Let's get it done. Let's take a look at Pixverse and how it can help you and your creativity. Back in Studio A once again with Supercar Street Racing. I'm so happy to have you guys in the studio with all the fly lighting and cool equipment we have in here. And today, Pixverse reached out to us to see if we were interested in working with them on the Pixverse AI video and image generation tool. And it's sitting right here in the background, and I have spent quite a few hours with it. I made some cool things that you're gonna see today in this actual video, and I might even switch from my traditional AI program to this. Now, as you guys know, if you watch my videos, I use AI a lot in them to add a little bit of fun to the videos and kind of as bumpers and on the opens. So I spent a lot of time working on this on camera for you guys. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and throw it back into Studio B, where we can take a look at all the cool features of AI in Pixverse. Okay, we're here today with a new sponsor. Pixverse reached out to us and wanted us to show you their very cool, very creative website where you can do so much with AI video. So we're gonna go through the first part of this right now, and that is image or text. Now, if we click on image or text right here, you can see we have a variety of options here. We can choose the model. Now, there are 3 different models. You wanna pick the one that's best for your application. We are using 4.5. We can pick a duration, 5 to 8 seconds, but it depends on the resolution. 1080p will only give you 5 seconds long. You have to go lower resolution to get 8-second videos. We'll put it on 1080p. You can see there 1080p only supports videos with a duration of 5 seconds. Once you've done that, you can select your aspect ratio. Mostly everything would be 16:9 for most people. That's what I use on mine, but it depends on how you want your style to look as well. You can also put camera controls in, so you can control the way the camera acts. So we'll just do let's do a dolly zoom as our camera. You can put sound in, and you can see right here, turn on the switch to generate videos with sound. I have not tried that yet. If we do that, you can actually type in the sound. So what we're doing first is we're gonna get our script out. We're gonna go ahead and pull this first prompt out. And then when we do this, we're gonna prompt our audio as well. So let's get our prompt up here. We're gonna paste our prompt right here. So I pasted this into the prompt area. And then all we have to do now is just give it some sound. I dropped it down to 720p. We'll do higher resolutions later when you show you character. Now the sound of ocean, water, and people panicking. Let's see how it handles this. This will cost 50 tokens. Now you got to remember you have a limited amount of credits here. So this will cost me 50 to generate a 5-second video at 720p. Now you can also tell them how many you want to create. I'm just going to do 1, and the seeding is the amount of creativity that it will put in. So basically the seeding is the randomness and consistency of the video. So you can raise or lower that number there. Let's go ahead and create this and see how long it takes. You can see I've created some stuff already. So it's in the queue now at 3%. Now this is going to have its own characters. This is not going to be related to me or anyone that I know. Looks like it's going to be about 1.5 minutes to create this one. And remember, we did add the dolly zoom, so we're gonna have some camera control here. And we used the 4.5, which is the high quality video generation, supporting fusion models and diverse camera motions. And there is the final product. And it does play back choppy on their website, but when you download it, let's go ahead and download that. There is audio on it now the audio was of pelicans and the sea, and that's kind of an idea of what the image to text can give you. That's kind of an idea of generating something completely from scratch, but you can also put a picture in here to go ahead and work with. I found this. Okay, I used this for my upload picture. Let's go ahead and create it one more time and see if it can come up with anything interesting with our picture. Last time it took about 2 minutes. It looks like it's still doing about the same speed here. Okay, on that instance, it did not take my prompt. It probably could not understand, but you can see it did create this pretty lifelike picture to video of the Titanic. And if we download that, pretty amazing. That looks awesome. So that's, of course, you're gonna have to play with the AI to get it to do what you need it to do. You'll have to try a couple of times sometimes, but that is acceptable. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about here is called transition. Basically, you give it a first frame of video and you give it a last frame of video, and then you describe what happens between the two frames. Let's do that using one of my selfies. So let's feed it our first selfie. I dragged and dropped that one. And then I'm going to drag and drop this one, a totally different selfie. And I'm going to tell it what happens between these two. A man changes clothes and walks out looking completely different. And let's go ahead and create a 720p. It's going to cost us 40 credits, and it is in the queue. And that is what it came up with. Check it out. I'm going to download it. All right, so you can now see what transition does. That's pretty cool. It works better if you have better pictures, but I fed it and it worked with what it could work with. Now, Fusion is pretty cool. It allows you to generate video based on multiple pictures. So you can feed it up to 3 pictures, and then it will create a video for you based on what that is. Let's go ahead and feed it some selfies here. That didn't work. I fed it 1 selfie, 2 selfie. This only costs 20. All right, let's see what it did. All right, so it's got me talking to myself in a room, basically just conversing. And you can add prompts to this to also get it to sort of be better at what you want. Let's download it. So it thinks those are me, and it thinks we're talking to each other. Didn't quite get my shirt right. Sorry, I'm late. My car is charging, but it's still cool. Okay, so now let's look at the extend feature of PixVerse. This is pretty cool. You can extend a video, and I am going to do that to one of the videos that I created already. All right, I am uploading a video that I created with another AI service. It did switch the resolution to match what we have, and we're going to make it 8 seconds. Let's create it. It's going to cost us 80 credits. So here's the prompt I used to create the video. And it stopped right there. Let's see what it's doing. It is done. All right, let's see what it came up with. It's supposed to extend this. A little bit of clipping there on my leg going up the ladder. And he's going up a ladder that doesn't exist now, but it did extend it. If we gave it a second shot, it would probably do better. But that's how extend works. It took my 5-second video and made it into 8 seconds. And technically you could take something shorter than that and also make it into 5 or 8 seconds. All right, sound I have not done yet. Apparently sound allows you to add sound to any video by describing the scene. So let's do that with the same video. The sounds of rockets taking off, and that is fast on that one for sure. And here it is, let's download it. And it did work. It did put that sound in the background. That's pretty cool. You can also select to keep the original audio as well, and you can go in off-peak mode, meaning it doesn't cost you as much because you're generating in off-peak hours. So this next one will allow you to upload a video and then generate a script for it. So I'm going to do that for this video that it created. So I'm going to put this in there. This is the video that PixVerse just extended. I just typed in, the man is walking up the stairs, he's ready for a trip to the stars. And it is going to automatically pick a voice. Let's go ahead and create this.
The man is walking up the stairs, he's ready for a trip to the stars.
All right, it did
The man
work.
is walking up the stairs, he's ready for a trip to the stars.
And of course you can pick your own voice.
Hey, I'm Ethan,
Hi, I'm Adrian, young and free.
I'm Oliver, full of energy and...
I'm James, been through a lot.
I'm Liam. With time, I've gained wisdom from experience.
All right, I'm going to reproduce this with Liam.
The man is walking up the stairs. He's ready for a trip to the stars. The man is walking
it
up
made
the
his
stairs.
voice also.
He's ready for a trip to the stars.
All right, it did make him say it as well. All right, we're taking a look at Restyle right now. That allows you to upload a video and pick a style to change it to. For example, let's go back and upload a different video than we just worked with. I'm going to upload this video, which was created with AI. All right, I uploaded another video of a Titanic-like scene, and all you have to do after that is pick a style, or you can customize it in the style of a classic no sound movie, black and white. Let's see what it can do. All right, it is done. Let's see what it did. Okay, so that is how it decided to put this scene. Pretty cool, man. I love this. And now the last one I want to show you guys is the most important one for me. Now this is called character. This is what I use the most for my videos. This allows you to upload a character reference and then explain what the character is doing, and it will create video for you. Now what I plan to do right here and right now is do this for my AI likeness open, and I have all of the prompts for you guys ready. So the first thing I am going to do is, this is a prompt for Titanic. Let's go ahead and add my reference character. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to upload a new character. We're going to go ahead and use that. We'll call it Brad. We did create it, so now all we have to do is grab him, Brad1 right here, and go ahead and hit create. It will cost us 80 credits. And we're going to go 1080p. All right. Not bad. I like it. Let's go ahead and put that somewhere for later. And now let's work on our next one. We have another prompt here. Let's see what we can get. But let's see what it can come up with for Captain Jack Sparrow as me. This is actually not bad. I'm going to add sound to that later. Let's go ahead and throw that in our folder too. Let's go ahead and add sound to this while we have a chance to demo that. So if we click on this and we click sound, the sounds of a bustling city street at night. Awesome. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's go to our next prompt. Perfect. So good. All right, it is done. Let's see what it came up with. It is at 720p, so it did downscale that when I downloaded it. So it is not the original resolution. All right, now you guys have had a good look at what Pixverse can do. Now let's take Pixverse into our editing program and make a new open. All right, we're back in front of DaVinci Resolve right now, and here is our first clip drug into DaVinci Resolve. What I'm going to do is go ahead and superscale that. I'm not going to do that to the end because it puts a load on the CPU. It's mono, so I'm going to make it stereo. Now we can listen to it again. Cool. Next one is this, Captain Jack Sparrow. I put the sound of ocean waves with pirates. Let's see if it knows what that means. We'll drop that right in the timeline after this. All right, now all we need is an ending. All right, we're all done with our awesome, cool, brand new open, and this is what it looks like before we render. And we did download some music. Let's go ahead and grab that. All right, here's the video. Guys, that's the new open that we made with Pixverse. So we made the whole thing in Pixverse. That was pretty cool. Now let's throw it back to Brad right here again to show you where you can get Pixverse and how you can get it. All right, you guys just saw how cool Pixverse is. We went through all of the different things it can do, and we actually created some cool videos with sound, and we also used them in this actual video. So what I gotta do now is throw it back to Studio B with Brad and show you guys how you can get Pixverse, and you can get your 30-day free trial on Supercar Street Racing. Let's throw it back inside to Brad for some more Pixverse stuff. All right, guys, we're right in front of the PC now in Studio B, and you guys just saw how we made that brand new open with the cool Pixverse AI. It was pretty cool. We made a new AI open like the old one I made in another AI program, but this time we did sound and new music, and it came out great. I encourage you guys to try out Pixverse. The first 30 people will have a code down in the description. You got to get there fast though to get a code. Check the description out in Supercar Street Racing down below in this video, and go ahead and get your 30-day trial for Pixverse. And guys, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for 200,000 subscribers. We have to get out of here right now though. We have to go to dinner. All right, this is how you punch it in a 1,000 horsepower Tesla in Mexico. Punch it. Oh my God! What the hell?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty because you go on. Yeah? Thanks, man. You did. If your garage may come down, but I'll send it back to us.
That's cool. No problem.
All right.
I was going to close it anyway.
All right.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at this 8-inch in-ceiling speaker that died who knows when, but the sound has been gone for a minute. First I thought it was just a bad connection on either the switch side or the speaker side, but I grabbed my test speaker and I tested it, and the actual speaker died. It was a Polk 8-inch in-ceiling two-way speaker. I did order a replacement speaker, and I am pretty sure if we walk out here, we might get a miracle. Because I saw, yep, I see it. There's the Amazon van. So my speaker is on that van. It's a Mica, I believe, MICCA, 8-inch in-ceiling, about 44 bucks. So today we're gonna get that thing installed and replaced, unboxed, and see how it sounds. All right, here comes Amazon with my package. Yup. He is pulling straight up in front of the house to deliver. Actually, he's going into the neighbor's driveway to turn around, and then he should have my package. And he left and hurt my feelings so bad. Is he like thoroughly confused or what? Nope, he gone. Bye bye. I think he's totally lost. I think he's back and looking for my package. Super hyped with all the air horns on Earth. And he is on the way to the garage. I don't want him to see me because they'll think I'm weird. We have the Mica M8C in-ceiling speaker here to open up. So this is replacing a Polk audio in-ceiling speaker. Wanted to try a new brand. Probably a little more expensive than the Pulse, which is probably a good thing. Of course, the more money you spend on a speaker, the better that's going to sound in your home, and the more power handling usually they will handle. So if we take a look here at the box, we can see the Mika M8C two-way in-ceiling speaker. Tells you what's in it. It's got the speaker, a painting template, and installation instructions. And on top, they've got a new product seal to keep you honest. So we're going to go ahead and open this guy up and then install it. And this is replacing a Polk audio speaker that failed after a certain amount of time. Now, to be fair, this is in the bathroom. It's moist from the shower constantly, so I'm not surprised it actually failed. And looking inside of the box with the Mika M8C, we have a nice little instruction manual here for you guys, and kind of explaining how to mounting of the speaker, mounting it and painting it. If you do so, feel like you want to paint the grills, match, and then let's go ahead and get the Mika, or Mica, however you want to pronounce it, open in typical fashion. For these cheaper speakers, they have a very small magnet comparatively. There is a notification that this was delivered. Now if we notice here on the back, this is how it mounts to the drywall. They all do this. They have little ears that swing around when you screw it in, and they swing and then clamp down on the drywall. And right here, we notice we have a crossover. So we have a passive crossover. An active crossover would be, you would have a crossover before your power amplifier, so you would only send low frequencies to this speaker. So a passive crossover takes the full range amplified signal from your receiver, crosses it over with the full power output, and then sends the rest to the speaker. One thing of note already I see that I don't like: very small wiring from the crossover to the speaker, and that is something we could remedy. If it has distortion or anything, this could be a good clue as to why. It's a short audio cable run, so the shorter the run, the less the wire matters, but it's probably like 18 to 20 gauge wire they cheaped out on here. If you want to remedy that, you could make a small jumper wire here and put your own higher gauge audio wire. It does kind of sound like something we might want to do. Let me look into that. I might do that right now. All right, I wanted to give you guys a better look at this inferior wiring from the actual crossover. So actually we cannot change the wiring from the crossover to the voice coil because it is permanently wired, and actually the wiring from the terminals. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. Okay, so I'm not sure what this is about, but your inputs go here. Yeah, I've never seen a design like this before. So usually you have into a crossover and then a speaker. It looks like we have, this would be the normal input for the speaker coming from the crossover. That's confusing to me. Oh, I get it. Okay, so here's what's happening here after further review. All right, so what is happening is they have this crossover actually as a two-way system. Yeah, so this output feeds the woofer, and it is a very, very tiny cable. Funny thing is, this feeds the tweeter. Oh no, opposite. The thin wire feeds the tweeter, the thick wire feeds the woofer. There's nothing we can do here to make this any better. So I brought all my stuff out here, but we cannot do anything to this design to make it any better. They just opted to use very crappy wire on the tweeters, and they used a little bit bigger wire on the woofer. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and pop off the grill, but I wanna zoom out for you guys. Okay, we're with this out view, and to get the grill off of these, you can either just pop it off with a little included tool, which they give one, which is pretty cheap. They're usually a tool you can push in the grill or put inside the grill and pop these grills off. But the easy way to do it is to rotate the tabs like that. So you rotate them away from where they're in the lock position, and usually, okay, that didn't work either. Usually you can push down, but that does not. So we need to get our grill removal tool, which I saved from our other speakers. It's right here. And that just literally goes into one of the holes on the sides, if it will fit. And you just pull up on it like that. And this is going to reveal your Mica M-8C in ceiling two-way speaker. Now, take a look. The grill is white. The actual speaker is a gold color, and I think that's deceiving to make it look more expensive than it is. You can see the small magnet here. There's no way this thing's going to do anything amazing. And take a note that this is actually not an 8-inch speaker. This is a 6.25, I think, or 6.5 actually. But the rest of it is actually the mount. So you're not getting an 8-inch. You probably have to order a 10-inch to actually get an 8-inch woofer. Now to get ready for the thing, you go to these mounts, you rotate up and around, up and around, up and around. Now these guys are ready to be screwed in with a standard drill right here. There's 4 points here that you get your drill to put them in. But first you use these push-in speaker clamps here to put the wire in. You push it in, put the wire through the hole, and then let go. Afterwards, you go ahead and put this grill in, and I just noticed they gave you a little indention here to pull the grill off, so you don't have to have, well, actually that's probably covered. You still need this tool, and I don't know why they wouldn't give you one of these for free. So let's go ahead and get this thing into the bathroom and get it installed in the ceiling. We're back in the bathroom, and unlike the other brand speakers, these stay pretty firm. You rotate this thing to get them ready to mount. The other side they tend to move. Here's like the most challenging part for this, and we have to hold the speaker while we wire it up and have our drill ready at the same time. Fortunately, we have this little resting place here, and I have already, well, I thought I did. I thought I prepped the wires to be inserted, but they're a little loose. So if you just get those things nice and tight, the wires, just go ahead and spin them. If you have pins, you can solder and do pins, but I am going to put obviously black into black right here. All I'm doing now right here is pushing on the clamp and then letting the clamp go. Make sure all your mounting brackets are rotated, and then we'll see if it actually fits. And it is going to be a close one. This will have to be a little bit. This does not fit, unfortunately. Great. Okay, so this is supposed to be an easy replacement. These are different speakers, so they don't fit. They are just slightly too, so they will not go into the hole. Not only that, the wiring is getting kind of kinked up there because the hole's not quite enough. It's close, but if you try to force it, I promise you, you're gonna break the drywall, because I've done it before. You can't just force this up, it will push the drywall through. And so we are going to be cutting. So disconnect the speaker and about to make a complete and utter mess. I'm going to get the template so I can figure out how big to cut this. Okay, we went ahead and got our template drywall knife. I hate that we have to do this, but hey, it is what it is, as they say, which is the dumbest statement ever, but that's what they say. And this hole is too small, and that's what she said. So we know we're in the middle, we don't. Honestly, all we need to do is just take off a little bit. Since we can't center this guy and keep it centered, we're just going to take off. Looks like it's about literally just 1/4 of an inch all the way around. It's going to be really messy. It's going to make a lot of dust, and I don't want to be underneath it when it does. But I'm going to start cutting this. That's already going in my mouth. So I'm just trimming off 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And I can see already where the drywall is busted, where I forced the last one in. You don't want to do that. You will crack the drywall and break it. Once that happens, you are attaching drywall. I'm just going all around the edge and taking off just a little bit. 1/4 inch less, but you can see right here the drywall is already cracked. If you do that too much, it'll just break, and then you'll have a repair job. It's always nice to just cover stuff up. I'm getting covered with, speaking of getting covered up. Covered dust. These are some of the most messy things to put in. You have a little bit of way because you have a lip. You don't have enough where you can go crazy. So take off a little bit. Remember to keep your knife straight. I make that mistake all the time. And your knife has to be up and down or you're actually cutting an angle into the drywall. Okay, so we made a complete mess. I'm covered with drywall dust. And let's see if that is closer to fitting. I've done probably 1,000 of these in my time. Okay. We're still not there. Looks like it's still not quite there. Oh, that's not good. All right, so we're still not there. Take a little bit more off. You know, that paint and drywall is coming off. Make sure you try to take this off uniformly. Again, keep your drywall soft, level, meaning don't tilt it to the left or to the right. Cut a little bit off, and this is more difficult when you start, when you're going from a smaller one to a bigger one. You have nothing to put your template in the center to measure. You're getting close. That will work. That'll work. Still a tight squeeze, but I'll go ahead and call that a success. And find my wiring. Black is on the left. When you do wiring in your attic, by the way, leave tons of extra wire for yourself. Don't make the mistake that I did on some and have just enough or like maybe an inch or two. Spend the money, get good wires, and also leave yourself way more than enough slack to get this done. You'll regret it if you don't. We have that ready to go. And of course I don't have my drill. Hopefully this doesn't fall out. Don't fall out, please. Don't fall out, please. Don't fall out, please. Don't fall out. Don't fall out. And then you just take your drill and screw in the 4 screws until they clamp. Or don't clamp, like that one. Let's see if these clamp. Okay, so this clamp didn't work at all. That one worked. That one worked. That one worked. And that one finally kicked in. So there is our speaker installed. And then we take our cover plate, or speaker grill, try to call it a cover plate. Sometimes these are a bit hard to get in. Sometimes I have to bend them. But the key is getting them even on all sides. And I've fought with these for 20 minutes sometimes because of just this. It doesn't quite fit. And then you have to bend. Make sure it's like even on all sides. Oh man, my arm is burning so bad. You might have to bend the grill to get it in. Let's see if we can get some non-copyright music. Alexa, play non-copyrighted music on Audio Echo Dot.
I couldn't find any non-copyrighted songs. What other music do you want to listen to?
Alexa, play songs with no copyright on Audio Echo Dot.
Here's some music with no copyright on Amazon Music.
Alexa, raise the volume on Audio Echo Dot. Okay, it's on. Play. Alexa, raise the volume on Audio Echo Dot. Fit and finish is really good, as you can see. And I'll let you guys up here. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and stop and zoom out. All right, we're back playing hopefully non-copyrighted music. Got good bass, good treble, good frequency response. Fit and finish is really good. You can actually see the gold through. I don't mind that. I kind of think it's cool. This one is black. This is I think that's an old school pile or polk. While this one is a newer one, you don't see the actual tweeters anymore. Alexa, stop the station on Audio Echo Dot. All right, so in conclusion, the Mika is actually, sounds pretty good. And I also am going to be putting a subwoofer in both of these rooms in the ceiling here. And in my outer bathroom, I want to do 2 10-inch subwoofers. And that's going to be it for today's video. The Mika will be in the description if you guys want to pick it up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey, and welcome back to Supercar Street Racing. I'm so excited to have you guys back today in our brand new 4K production studio. Today, we're going to take a whole tour of this beautiful brand new facility and tell you what this is going to mean for the channel, because this was built specifically to enhance your experience with Supercar Street Racing. And you can see behind me here this beautiful editing rig set up and ready to go. So let's take a look at the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Supercar Street Racing here. You got Brad, and today is the day to give the formal studio tour. The studio is 98% done. I just have a couple of lighting things to do. So we are going to start here on the outside. So this is a lean-to building, and yes, the fence is crooked, not the building. The building is straight 100%. The fence goes on an angle, so there is a narrowing path right here. But starting on the outside here, we have the LG super quiet dual inverter air conditioner system, and that is the same unit that I have in my bedroom. It is a 10,000 BTU unit that runs on 110 volt AC, and you can see here I did frame around it and cut into the wall to mount the AC, then sealed up everything really nice around the air conditioner. The wiring inside, I will show you when we get inside. It is hidden completely, and that is how the studio is cooled. And in the wintertime, we will just have a small space heater. Now you can also see here on the outside, we have LED lighting installed all the way around the perimeter. It puts a nice downlight onto the studio. And I also did get gutters installed to move the water away from the door and away from the studio, as we had an issue where the concrete was not poured correctly and the water was running towards, so that will fix that. The door eventually will be replaced with a real door. Right now it's just a shed door, does not close very well, so that will be done in the future. And that is a look at the outside of this nice 150 something or 160 something square foot studio. And now we move into the interior. Guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and you are in the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio, and we are going to give you guys a very quick tour of the studio and show you all the amazing features. And the studio is 99.9% done. And so let's start the tour, guys. On this side of the studio, when you enter, you will see the LG dual inverter super quiet air conditioning system. This is a 10,000 BTU unit. I have a review on my channel. I will post a link in the description to this guy. It is Wi-Fi controlled with the ThinkQ app. It is very awesome, makes very little noise. You don't hear when the compressor kicks on whatsoever. This is how I'm cooling the studio. I did build it directly into the wall, sealed it really nicely, and then with my foam tile skills, I foam tiled all the way around it. And then the wiring actually goes right over here inside the wall and plugs in right there very nicely where you can't see it. I didn't want to do it inside the wall, so I did it on the external there. Moving to the right of the AC unit, we've got a wall plate here with a Cat 5 or Cat 6, whatever you want to call it, jack, and an HDMI. That Cat 6 goes to the switch, and the HDMI cable goes up here to the Psyche or Seiki or whatever you want to call it, 32-inch monitor. Now, we have the HDMI down there, so we are capable of plugging in anything to this guy and displaying it from either the corner of this desk or whatever you want to do, you can easily just plug right there, and there's power conveniently located there as well. So that is the Seiki 32-inch television / HD monitor with a Fire Stick 4K plugged into it. Now this is the only guy that doesn't have Ethernet. Now we can add Ethernet. I do have an Ethernet adapter for these Fire Sticks, so we might do that because I want all Ethernet, not Wi-Fi on my monitors. So yeah, so that is the first thing you see on the left for reference. The door is right there. You walk in and look to your left, and the television is right there. Stepping back and looking towards the door, we have the Echo Show 15. You guys are familiar with this from my video review, and I will put a link to that video also in the description. Now this Echo Show 15, I did flush mount completely into the wall. I was able to nicely get that to flush all the way in by adding a cross support inside, and I wired it up inside the wall. You guys all know this, the Echo Show 15 does have the built-in Fire TV, and I have a very popular video about how to install Kodi on that. They have disabled a lot of the ability to do that, but we still have the beautiful Echo Show 15 right there, and right below that we have our smart switch for the outdoor lighting and our regular standard switch, because all these lights up here, which I will show you next, are smart. Moving up to the left of the Echo Show, we have a wall plate in the actual wall. There are two of them. There's one over there as well. This is going to be for Govee lighting. The hexagon panels are going here. I have not purchased them yet, but I will be putting the Govee hexagon lighting right there. And moving back to the front, and obviously I forgot a few foam tiles up there, which I will have to get back to. Moving up to the front, we have a switch right there for Ethernet. It's a gigabit switch, and you can see all the active ports on it, and I will put a link in the description to that switch. Those Ethernet cables all run through the entire studio. And now I'm having an OCD attack because I literally forgot that I didn't finish these tiles, and hopefully I have enough to do it. I have like 5 or 6, but anyway, yeah, that part I completely forgot. So there's the Ethernet switch, guys. I hope you like that switch right there, Netgear, and there is a good look at that guy right there. Now you notice I did put the power in the wall as well, because right below the Netgear switch we have the Harbinger 12-inch powered studio monitors right here, and the input from those goes down to the receiver below. On the left side of the desk here, the editing desk, we have a HP all-in-one computer. Now this one is the one that I have a video on my channel for. I will put a link to this guy in the description. This is the one that we got for free and we refurbished, and you can see here it looks absolutely fantastic sitting on the corner of the desk. And I have a smart bulb lamp back here with a Govee smart bulb. So that sits on the left side of the desk with a stool, and then we have the Fire TV remote, and I put labels on the back of all these, and that fits right up there nicely. So that's the left side of the desk. Moving underneath the desk, you can see the editing rig sitting there nicely under there. You can see my wiring skills. I did all the cable management under the desk. And then you can see here how I did all the stuff inside the wall. We have a dual Cat 6 plate there. We've got RCA plates for the front speakers. Those go to the preamp output from the Marantz 1711. We then have our HDMI jacks that feed the monitors. So 2 HDMI jacks, those go, one goes to the Marantz, the other one goes directly to the back of the editing PC. We then have our 7.2 wall plate with all of the wiring running up through some tubing and going to the back of the Marantz NR1711. And then we have power. All I need to do is kind of tie that up a little bit. And yeah, so that should be good for underneath. And then over here, underneath the HP all-in-one, we have a Cat 6 jack, we have power, and we have HDMI over there running to that monitor in case anyone wants to monitor their systems. Moving up from the desk, we have our Amazon 4K 50-inch monitor. This editing PC, one via the Marantz receiver, one directly connected. And moving behind them, we have the Govee immersive lighting on the back and all of the wall plates. We do have Ethernet, HDMI, and then we have another HDMI plate running to the bottom down here so that anyone can connect their laptop or other device. I know it's hard to see here, but there's an HDMI plate here that says lower plate. It runs down behind here, and there will be a small desk here set up for a laptop as soon as I find one. Same with the second TV, or monitor, there is a wall plate down there, or actually behind it on HDMI running underneath the desk, which is very hard to see because it's dark. And that is the setup for the monitors on the editing rig. Moving to the sound, up above that monitor there, you can clearly see the center channel speaker. I will put a link in the description to these in-wall speakers. I chose to go with square because they're easier to cut the foam around than round. We have the center there. Don't forget our fronts are Harbinger powered monitors here. And we have our side surround there where the foam is coming off that I have to re-glue. And we have our rears there. Those are all the in-wall speakers completing the sound system here for the 7.2 surround sound for the audio rig. Okay, moving to the bass part of the sound system, we have the Polk PSW10, and that is from the house, and I got a brand new one in the house, so I will be showing you guys that at another point when we review it. So that is the sub for the sound system. I wanted to get something that would fit there, but it's not going to happen, so this one will probably go somewhere like in the corner here or somewhere inconspicuous. I'm not 100% sure yet. It depends on what I do with a desk here. It actually could go way under here and be fine, so we will get to that when we get to it. But that is the sound system bass, and then above that we have our refurbished thrift store Mac that may or may not stay in here. Moving to the corner, I originally had planned the subwoofer here, so we have our subwoofer wall plate there with RCA cables and power conveniently located, but for now it is not possible because this is just too big, so I might move the sub underneath the desk over there where it's not in the way. And then moving to the rear, we have a futon with some nice pillows, and that is the rear along with this nice black coffee table that I refurbished myself. That is the rear of the studio for guests to hang out while I edit, or to sleep in here, it's possible as well. And that's the rear, or sort of the side. If you're looking at the door here, you rotate around this way, there's the editing, and if you keep going to your right, there is the futon and coffee table. So if you come in the door and you immediately look to your right, we have up here in the corner another wall plate with receptacles for Govee hexagon lighting. We have our 43-inch Amazon TV here, which was not on, but I will show you guys that now. And for whatever reason, it affects both televisions. I don't know why that is the case. They're supposed to be locked to their own guy, but this one is affecting the one behind me, which is hilarious. When I push the home button, this guy went home too. So yeah, so this is a 43-inch 4K Amazon TV monitor, and that has its own built-in, obviously, Fire TV system, and behind it, it is hardwire Ethernet to the switch up in the corner right there. And that completes this side of the room. If we look down here, we have a Cat 6 wall plate, so you can hook up here and chill and have wired Ethernet. If we look down here, we have Cat 6 and HDMI. HDMI feeds the second input to this monitor, and then you have power. So this is capable of also displaying up here, and that rounds off this side of the room. Guys, moving up to the top of the ceiling, we have the Govee canned recess lighting. It's actually just pucks lighting. It is smart lighting. There are 6 of these. There are 4 in the studio part here, and there are 2 behind the televisions up there, and they are all smart controlled. Alexa, set the studio switch lighting to blue. Alexa, set the studio switch lighting to 5%. Alexa, set the studio switch lights to red. Guys, there we have the Govee puck lighting, and I will have a link in the description to these. They can be synced with the Govee immersive lighting behind the television, or they can run independently, and I have them set in different groups, so these can come on separately and do some backlighting there. And that is rounding off the amazing lighting at the Supercar Street Racing Studio. Guys, that's going to wrap up a tour of the Supercar Street Racing Studio. I'm so glad you guys decided to join us today, and I hope you like the studio, and we will see you next time on the channel, hopefully soon, with some more exciting things your way. We got this Wi-Fi security camera, we got a guitar, we got the Wi-Fi security camera, and we got the peel satisfaction. That peel sat is so good. That peel is so good on the camera with the guitar. All right, walk this morning to see this amazing sunrise right before I'm about to get my walk on. And this is what it looks like in the morning in the Florida Keys. A little chilly. Moon is still out here, and that is what I am waking up to. All right, guys, we are headed to the Florida Keys right now. We are at a service plaza. Check it out, guys. Service plaza. And there is Dunkin' Donuts. Looking for some hot tea. Hot tea. And that looks like it's over here. Let's see what they got. Alright, I ordered 2 hibiscus teas. Just waiting to get that now. Alright, me and the nameless, faceless one are on the way to Isla Mirada. We are in Miami, Florida. And I'm gonna be there in like an hour and a half. Not bad, right? Person. Okay. Alright, me and unnamed person are, the girl with the pink fingernails, are about to cross over onto the bridge, and we have water on both sides now. And we are about 43 minutes away from Isla Mirada, and our Fisher Inn is our hotel. And here's water right here, actually. Pretty cool. Right? Okay, this is the little Blackwater Sound on our right, and then these are the Everglades. All this water looks kind of blue, green here. Pretty cool. It's beautiful out here. Florida Keys Commission Pumping Station. Motel Tiki Bar. The wind is like kicking. Oh, look at all the boats, man. Alright, we're in Key Largo now. And we're checking out all the boats. And there's a lot of like diving shops, and there's a Lazy Lobster restaurant, and there's just like a lot of tourist shops and things like that. Pretty cool. Lots and lots of these though. Look at that boat. Wow. 3 big old engines. And look, there's all the wave runners. That's what we need. Yeah. Cool. Well, this is the place. And that is the beach right there. We have this cottage right here. So awesome. We've got our little porch with our beachfront view here. Absolutely beautiful. This is our resort, and there's boats right there. And this is the spot. Wow. This is cool. This is the place, man. We got a little kitchenette, and we're gonna be opening this window. All right, we found Hog Heaven Sports Bar, and it looks like it's popular. I like how this guy blocked the road.
Where are we gonna park?
Yeah, we should have just walked, huh? Yeah, this place is packed. Yeah, we can go in there. We can't go in that way, but we can park there. Look at the outdoor pool tables.
You know, everybody's getting ready for the game now.
Yep, they are. We might be out of luck.
I think we're out of luck.
Like, if you lived there, you would be at Hog Heaven. Every day, all day, party. And why can't we park right there? We can. Yeah, not reserved. Good deal.
I think we're gonna get food in time. I guess whatever. Let's try it and see what happens.
Well, we can just try.
Yep.
All right, lunch was so good. This place is so cool. And it's getting packed for the Super Bowl. And we found some cool people here for sure. All right, this is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know the name of this place, forgot, but right on the water right there. And then we got the game right here. Fell asleep at like 8:30 on Super Bowl night. Didn't even watch the first whole quarter. But I'm out here in Isla Mirada at 5 a.m. getting my walk done. Sun rises until 7. There's a Starbucks here. No way they're actually open. But I'm looking for hot tea. I know they don't have any, but maybe by the time I walk back, they will. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice out here. The weather's in the 60s, and it's perfect for a 3 or 4 mile walk this morning. Walking the bridge is cool. It's a drawbridge, and it's like 5:30 in the morning. Like, traffic's kind of scary right here, but it's pretty cool. Here's the little drawbridge station. I don't know if anybody's in there, but Maybe, who knows? Never seen a way station up close. Guess it's nothing exciting, but it's one of those things you pass by constantly and never get a really close look at it. This one's in need of some pressure washing, looks like. Walking along, down to half a spark plug. Somebody is running on not enough cylinders. The sun is coming up. This bridge is so sketchy. I don't like it that much walking it, but beautiful sunrise is going to happen. This bridge is sketch. Sunrise on the beach in Isla Mirada. That's cool if that's a house. So I just walked 5.45 miles and then biked down to Starbucks, got some tea. Credit card machine wasn't working. They actually gave me the tea, which was really nice of them. Yeah, here's a view of the Florida Keys in the morning. This is the view of the Fisher Inn and our little thing, a little cabin. Look at all the trees in the water. So pretty. Breakfast over at Island Grill, hoping the music doesn't copyright me, so this will be fast. This is the view outside Island Grill. Pretty nice out here, but they've got copyright music playing. All right, on the beach here by myself, got some Maker's Mark, and I am enjoying the weather today. 72 degrees and beautiful. Light winds. You can see we have had some really high winds yesterday, but today is just amazing. Had that fantastic steak and eggs on the keto diet, some avocado, a couple of little drinks, and now I am chilling on the beach in front of the cottage, which is straight behind me, right there. Alright, walked out this morning to see this amazing sunrise right before I'm about to get my walk on. And this is what it looks like in the morning in the Florida Keys. A little chilly. The moon is still out here. And that is what I am waking up to. We are in Isla Mirada, huffing it right now. On the way to Starbucks to get some hot tea. And I am sore from yesterday's extremely long walk. I did 4.75 miles, and then I did another mile on the bicycle, and then later in the day we walked back and forth to appetizers. Another 20 minutes total. Probably walked 6 miles plus yesterday, so very good workout. So I'm gonna do an hour, 30 minutes this way, 30 minutes back, plus hot tea to wake me up, and then head back to the lovely town of Jacksonville, Florida, 5.5 hours away. And I'm also working today. The rest of that beautiful sunrise is going down below the horizon. And this is my view on both sides. Of course, we got the gnarly traffic. gonna get our walk done regardless. Get our hour in. Can't do weights today, but yeah, that's the view. Of this beautiful city, Islamorada. Sun is so bright. I didn't bring any shades with me. Look at that, crazy. One time I need shades, of course, I don't have them. So we're on the way back now, heading across the bridge to Starbucks to get some hot tea. The credit card machine was broken for the second day in a row at Starbucks. I don't know how you have a business and don't have a credit card machine working after a full 24 hours of it being broken. But yeah, this is pretty out here. All right, there is the Theater of the Sea Marine Mammal Park pool at the entrance here in Islamorada. Pretty cool. I didn't get to go. I would love to see what that's about. But they have this beautiful garden outside of the front. Goes all the way around the entrance. Very cool. Alright, there's the Guitar Hotel, or the side of it. Not a good view right now. Guitar Hotel. Bunch of trees. That's the Hard Rock. Huh? It is. I just saw it.
No, I know that.
Hard Rock Hotel. All right, guys. So this is 7 days without a pool pump turned on. I told you guys I'd keep you updated. That's what it looks like when you don't run your pool pump in the springtime for 7 straight days. What's this switch do? All right, we're out here with the chef. It's Joe, Dukes of Duval. He's making chicken. He's making cube sticks. And what is the secret to this amazing recipe?
Time.
Oh, time with
Just
an
need
H.
time.
You need time.
Just need time.
Very dirty. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day. And today we have something special that we're going to take a look at. I'm really excited about this because I don't have any of this particular product, but I love Govee. Govee is probably one of my favorite companies in the world. Their lighting is amazing. They have all kinds of different solutions for different types of LED, colored lights, and normal lighting. And today we are taking a look at replacing the light bulb that is in a lamp on the patio here. Now, what is on the lamp already is an old school color changing light bulb, and it uses an RF remote to change the colors. We're going to be upgrading that today to a Wi-Fi enabled smart bulb from Govee. We have it right here in the package, so let's take a look and see at what we got here. All right, so here is the unopened Govee smart LED light bulb. So what I like most about Govee is the fact that you can take these bulbs and you can basically use them all with the single Govee Home app. So I buy mostly exclusively Govee products now. Now this is an 800 lumen bulb, which is pretty bright. Says it uses $1.08 a year in energy, which is almost none. And if you run it for 3 hours a day, it'll last you 13.7 years. The model number is the H6008. And it is an E26, which is just a standard Edison bulb. It uses 9 watts of total power. Again, this works with Google, IFTTT, the Govee Home app, and of course with Alexa. So let's go ahead and take this guy out of the box and see what we got here. Traditionally, these are pretty easy to set up. Here we are on the tablet recording now. So we are going to first turn on our patio lights with our Alexa plug. Alexa will do that for us because we have a smart plug. Actually, I'm just going to flip the switch since I'm right here. So that turns on these patio lights and this guy, which is now on and warm white. So it did come on warm white. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but let's get to our app here. So we go into the Govee Home app. My other LEDs you'll see here. Let's see. Welcome to Govee Home. No devices found. Interesting. I'm not logged in. Okay. I'll have to edit this part out, obviously. Alright, so here we are logged into the Govee Home app. And you can see here my devices. Bluetooth is off, so let's turn Bluetooth on my tablet. We are on now to add a device. You click the plus, so I'm clicking it now. And then you have to know which light you are adding. So let's see, indoor lighting. So we have the H6008, so we pick that on the tablet. It's one without the bulb. It doesn't have a bulb symbol, it just has a G. So it's found the bulb. Here it is, H6008. So we click on it. It's connecting via Bluetooth. I love how it came up warm white. So let's call this, so we get to name it, Patio LED bulb. Or how about Patio LED lamp bulb? That's good for now. We click done. Now it's looking for Wi-Fi. Now don't forget I have multiple Wi-Fi, so I'm going to join one that is closer. That's interesting. It doesn't see Doesn't see all my Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, there it is. So we're going to join this 2.4E. There we go. Bulb seems to be connecting to Wi-Fi now. Said the signal was strong, even though that's in the front of the house. That's interesting. And let's see if we have the ability to upgrade the firmware. There's usually a firmware light. Let's see, firmware version 1. Yeah, there's no place to... There must not need a firmware update. Usually it shows the firmware update right here next to the little bulb. But as you guys can see up here, it is white. And you can do scenes and color wheel. So if we go to scene, we can do the same ones that we have on our bulbs for our smart mirrors. And there we go. You can't see it, but it is running colors now. So that is basically it. You can also sync up multiple devices. Like you can have, that's a different color there. You guys can't see it, but it's a bluish color now. I don't know how much of that you guys can actually see. But yes, I can change it here in the app, and you're seeing that live as I do it. So then if you have like devices, you can actually pair them all. And you can make them do the same exact colors. So that is the, I thought that was falling. That is the Govee Smart Bulb. The Govee H6008 Smart Bulb, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little review and setup of this device. And I hope you guys have a good day. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Supercar Street Racing for another unboxing video. You got Brad here, and I am hyped this morning for the Roland Star nightstands that we have here unboxed on the table. The only reason I did not unbox with you is because this one got set in oil, and you can see it maybe down inside of that box, and I was concerned that maybe they got ruined, or at least this one got ruined, but it did not. But when we open the box, we see this lovely styrofoam condom leading to the Roland Star nightstand table with power USB and LED. Guys, here we have the Roland Star ED009 EWERR nightstand, and this guy is a powered nightstand with both LED built in and ports on top such as power and charging. We have not seen that yet, but we will get to it soon. And when we open up the box, the lovely box filled with the styrofoam useless condoms, we trash those and get these out of the way. We have the following inside. We have this beautiful IKEA-like documentation here. More styrofoam to get in your way. Actually, I'm grateful for good packing, so I'm not going to get mad at it. But yes, we have this, can't figure out which way is up, but we have this lovely instruction manual here, which we will go through shortly. We have this accessories list here, shows you everything in it. I did read that the instructions on this guy were really good and that it was easy to assemble. It says you need a drill, pencil, Phillips, and a flat edge here. And then it has your instructions for putting together this nightstand, which we will get to here shortly. It does have this power strip thing, so it looks like it has two USB type B's on it and power. And here is the rest of the accessories and parts that come with the ED009WERR side table, which is going to be loaded onto the hype train here momentarily to be installed. And there is the lovely LED strip on the table. And this is a look what's inside. So we will get all these parts out and laid out for a beautiful video of putting the nightstand together next. Okay, we have all the parts for the lovely nightstand laid out on this wannabe workbench, my brand new Wayfair mattress and bed frame. And what we're gonna do right here, right now, is assemble this right here. We got through step 2. I was a little bit confused about these screws, but it's clearly labeled. That is my fault. And we are on to step 3 now. All right, guys, so we got this thing mostly put together now, and we are on step 17. And I actually skipped step 14 to put in the power strip. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, we're going to eventually not power the LED strip here because the wire comes up and connects it. We'll power it down at the bottom. But now we have the remote here and we have to pair it. So it says within 5 seconds after the light strips are on, hold the on and bright buttons at the same time until the light strips flash white light. On and bright minus. On, bright minus. Oh, it's actually already paired. It's already good to go. So there you have one of the two side tables fully assembled, and now we will work on the other one. Guys, that is going to wrap up the Roland Star side tables. The LED side tables are right there, fully set up and good to go. And what I think the plan is to not power them up here. They can be powered by any USB adapter. So I think I'll power them in the back and avoid that cord, and also give us an extra spot for a USB type B up here. And so that is what they look like sitting next to the bed. And of course I need lamps, so I will order some lamps and clean up the wiring and all that. Overall, the only issue I had, the screw type B was the only one that really was an issue, and it wasn't too bad, but it was almost like it wasn't biting good, but I eventually got them all in. Other than that, super easy, maybe 15 minutes for the second one, 25-30 minutes for the first one when I wasn't prepared and experienced. And also, they both are configured. This one's configured to open up from the right, so it's convenient for that person. This one is configured to open up from the left, so it's convenient for that person. So that is going to wrap it. Guys, I will have a link in the description for these guys. Please click through my links on Amazon, no matter if you're ordering this or other things, because it helps me. It costs you $0 and it pays me just a tiny bit. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And this is how it looks. It's hard to see it all at the same time, but I'm glad you guys watched. Thanks for watching Supercar Street Racing. We'll see you again real soon.
Tom? Hey, Mike, are you sure about that? Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling.
Now, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
What happened out there? Well, you know, it was a team effort, and I guess it took every player working together to lose this one.
All right, we're here at Joe's house, and he finally got modern and got a backlight for his TV, but he tried to order fluorescent, but they only had LEDs, so he was like, okay, I'll upgrade.
That's about cock and ass and tits and butthole pleasures.
It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
It's not about this rusty trombone and the dirty Sanchez.
Please stop.
And the Cincinnati bow tie. And the pussy juice cocktail. And the shit-stained balls.
Just please stop.
God damn!
You gotta shake it and bake it.
All right, here's the chef with his wings. And ain't nobody in the world knows how to make these wings. Show him your wings. Hurry up. You only got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Bam!
And you don't know how to make them? You wish you could make them this good. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And today is day 40 of the keto diet. And yesterday we weighed in at 150. I was good yesterday. Also, I stuck to the diet plan. For lunch, I had a one piece of keto Arnold bread with grilled chicken, a couple of pieces of bacon, and cheese on top. For dinner, we had hamburger patties and Caesar salad. So let's step on it. 150 yesterday. 151, so we fluctuated a little bit on weight. That is normal. I have not been able to get under 150 yet. I think that will take a few more days. But yeah, we went from 150 to 151, so just a slight fluctuation in my weight from yesterday to today. Oh my. Oh, he's so into it.
That's enough.
Oh, I can't. He jumped on the screen. Morning, guys. They are out here. Going to start on the step tile. So looks like he went ahead and marked off his design here. So there's going to be one stripe of step tile on these steps, and then on the step out there, and that will be this tile here. So he will be cutting either one or two stripes. I'm not sure. Probably 2 rows for the steps out here. Then it'll be time to do the plaster in the pool. So we'll check back with you here shortly. Now the tile just goes right in that inside that line? Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then they plaster the rest?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's the time to make it smooth when it's thicker. Okay, gotcha.
That and the plaster. This is half-inch 3/4.
Uh-huh. Nice, okay.
No more side.
All right, awesome. How long does it take for this to dry so they start the plaster? Probably.
Plaster.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe if they work on Saturday, yeah.
This is waiting for plaster. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday.
Okay.
Tomorrow Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Looks like that's where it's going to go on this step. And he's got all the thin set laid out. I guess it's thin set. Maybe it's plaster. Oh yeah, it's thin set. It's this stuff, Cool Bright. Swimming pool finish. That's what he's mixed. Or no, it's thin set. Okay, maybe it's both. So a little bit of progress happening here. This is cool, man. So two stripes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.